Alright, hello there. Let me know in the chat if you can hear me. Hopefully you can. Let's get Odyssey running and we'll get started. Perfect. Thanks, Jason. Much appreciated. Always helpful to have someone listening in. I spent a while today testing different volume levels for the different bits of the sound. So hopefully you'll be able to hear me. You'll be able to hear the game, but not too loud. I won't be deafened by the game. That's the plan anyway. Let's see how it goes. I find that, not that I've done this many times, but I find that getting the audio right is more tricky than anything else with all this stuff. But maybe that's just me. All right, let's switch over to Odyssey. Just going to check the sound because to me that sounds pretty loud. Let's dial that back a little bit. Yeah, alright, let's go with that. I haven't played this game in, not regularly, for a long time. I mean, I played it solidly for like a year. It was the only game I played. I was obsessed. I still dip in like every few weeks, but I've not sat down and done like a proper replay in probably 18 months, longer maybe. But just dipping it in every now and then, it's still so fun. It really is. And I have to say, everything just works reliably. Everything's so smooth. So we've got our quest marker over here on Kefalonia, ready to start the Corfu quest, but I'm not going to start it yet. We'll start it in a few minutes. What I might do, actually, just as a... I've been playing Origins for the last 2 weeks. You haven't done a replay since the final DLC. Understood, yeah. Yeah. Did you play sort of during the release period? Because all the content came out over about 9 months, wasn't it? From October 2018, and then I think the final stuff was probably the Discovery Tour, actually, like August time the next year. So did you play it all on release, or as the content was being released in different chapters? Hi Dogo, welcome. Third playthrough, nice. Just let me know how like the in-game sound is, like Cassandra's running noises and noise of the sea. If it's too loud, I can turn it down. If it's too quiet and you want to hear a little bit of it, I might bump it up a little bit. Just let me know how the balance is between my voice and the game. What I thought I might do is just do a couple of quick contracts. Not that I'm really bothered about the microtransactions, but just something to quickly do and just get warmed up, because like I was saying, I've been playing Origins for the last couple of weeks, finishing that, and all my muscle memory is still in like Origins way of doing things and key and controls and everything. The game released 5th of October. Oh, your son's birth? Ah, awesome. Okay, the balance is great. Good, thanks for letting me know. That's good to know. Ah, damn it. Spartan Hoplite. This is going to be more tricky. One of those more tricky contracts. Let's see. Spartan leaders. Spartan leaders. So we need to find a region controlled by Sparta. We need to find a leader, like there, over in Trachis Fort. And let's go and clear it out. And then we'll go and start the side content. The Corfu story. When the crossover launched, I made sure to take a manual save so I could always come back and replay it if I wanted to without having to redo the entire game to unlock it. And again, I've taken another manual save today so that if I want to come back, I can and redo it again. But we'll just do a little bit of fort clearance. Let's see if we can be a stealthy assassin, and then we'll go into the main story. Been listening to some of the podcasts. Oh, awesome! Thanks, Durgo. That's great to hear. AC tends to make me go down. This franchise, between the games and the transmedia, and you've got the things like the films. Yeah, the amount of lore, the history, the characters, the organisations. There is so much to consume. It's great. And I've only been playing these games for a few years, and it's got me completely hooked. Completely hooked. Just what I will say before we go into the fort, we'll talk character build stuff. In fact, let me go and get the pelts, might as well, just in case. Not that I really need them, but I'll just show you the... Because this, like I was saying a few minutes ago, I played this game kind of solidly for a year. And I think it was as I was approaching the end of my first playthrough, New Game Plus was added. So I've chained together something like 5 different New Game Pluses at this point. So my character it got insane damage numbers, which is a lot of fun. Huge amount of abilities, which is also a lot of fun. Although actually, just for this story, I've gone back through and changed some of my setup. And what I'm using is this engraving here on the sword, which is it's called the Yumminess engraving. So actually Cassandra has no active abilities, which I actually find more of a challenge and quite fun. So none of the quote-unquote magic. We can debate that magic point separately. But just got your passive ability, so you can do an overcharge attack. You can do things like Athena's Insight, your Animus Pulse and a few other things, but none of the sort of more spectacular abilities. And I find that way of playing quite enjoyable, actually. That's the way I've been playing for a long time. So let's do a little fort clearance and then we'll... This is not really the best way in. You end up in a little bit of a dead end, but... I just want to check something here again, because my controls, my muscle memory is rusty, and I just want to check what I've got mapped here. Cross, yep. We probably won't be doing any naval combat, so we can ignore that. Revelation is button 5. I thought so. Okay, let's see. That's not working for some reason. Okay, no worries. Durgo says, I love the map. I mean, I've had a lot of fun with the, the different... I mean, Ring of Chaos is just hilarious. Rush Assassination is brilliant. Some of the archery, like the multi-shot archeries, they're a lot of fun. But for me, I just wanted sort of a different challenge. So for a while, I've been playing with no abilities, to sort of describe it like that. The most fun is setting your sword on fire or whatever weapon you've got, and then using Ring of Chaos and just having a fireball erupt around you. Heard anything? Have we heard anything about New Game Plus coming to Valhalla? The only public comment that has been made, as far as I know, is by... Oh, hi, Six Keys. Welcome to the stream. We're doing some bit of Odyssey stuff. The only comment I've heard, or that I think has been publicly made about New Game Plus, is by the post-release manager, Jose Araiza, I think his name is. And he said that, and this was sometime last year, he said in an interview with Jawraptor that, or Jawraptor I should say, New Game Plus would be the last, or one of the last things added to the game. And that's the only comment that's been made. So, who knows? Who knows? I mean, we've heard that the final content for the game will be like a closing chapter for Eivor's story. So, maybe after that, we will then get like a final patch that enables New Game Plus. I'll be honest, my personal guess... I don't know, again, all that comes down to time and cost and complexity, but will they even bother? I know we've said this when we were discussing this topic on one of our recent podcast episodes, but has the moment, or has the interest in the game, is the interest in the game still there to justify the engineering effort to make New Game Plus? Because I think they've said it's quite complex to do for this game because of how the game's structured. So if it's complex, is it even worth it now? Those people that love the game and want to replay it will replay it anyway. I don't know. We'll see. I think it was a mistake not having New Game Plus much sooner. Yeah, Durgo, so if it does happen, you're right, probably towards the end of the year, but who knows? Let's see. Hi, Snicky. Welcome. We're going to start the crossover story in a minute. I just thought as a warm-up, I'd just do a bit of do a contract and assassinate some bad guys. Because I've been playing Origins for the last couple of weeks, or replaying Origins, and I've forgotten some of the controls and the differences. Even though you'd think they'd be very similar games, there are quite a few differences in the control mechanisms, so I've got to remind myself. Let's steal some money. No worries, Six Keys. Nice to see you anyway. Unfortunately, I've missed your last few streams, which is a shame, because I like watching your... we enjoyed your AC2 streams. But you're on Brotherhood now, I think. Ooh, that hurt. Oh, got me. Oh, and of course, because I've missed the save point, I've not got the, not even counted the kill. Just going to check something here. Yeah, I have very few resistances on this character, so Cassandra can't take many hits without dying. And like I say, I just feel like my timing's off, because Origins has its own timing windows with dodge. The dodging in Origins is weird anyway, but yeah, it has its own timing, and I'm just not back into the flow of it yet. So let's see what we can learn. Damn it. Come on then, let's do it. Let's do melee Creed instead. Always my favourite Creed. Gotcha. No signal flare for you. Gotcha. Who needs to be sneaky when you've got a big sword?
Maybe this will shake the Spartan grasp.
Oh, do you Jason? You still do the? I have to say, I really hated those. I've done 2 of them, and I think is there 4 in total that rotate, and I've never done the others because I just really just don't enjoy them and they take forever. But well, that's good. Oh, mercenaries coming. Let's see what we can do here. Oh, he's being attacked by a bear. That's hilarious. Gotcha. Alright. Thanks, yeah. Yeah. Maybe aim assist was doing its part there. Let's head over to Kefalonia. Let's go and start this crossover story. I just do Sekhmet, which is the easiest. Okay, I did one the other night, which is the one that you get in the desert near Siwa. Is that Anubis? Yeah, I think I'd be with you there. 6 keys. Do the ones that are required, and then yeah. Wasn't that some luck? What was that, Snicky? Let's wait for daytime. It's a bit dark. Right, yeah, Anubis over in the desert near Siwa. Understood. I've done that one. I think I've done Sekhmet. Not on this playthrough. I think on my first playthrough. Is it Sekhmet? Which one is the... If Amit was here, she would know. Which one is the crocodile? That might not be Sekhmet. Oh no, you did Sekhmet. Sekhmet is the leopard, I think. I can't remember what the... I should know. Sobek. Sobek is the crocodile. There we are. Hi Michael, welcome. How's it going? Sekhmet is the cat. Gotcha. Oh look, she's still there. The lady that we meet right in like the second quest. The lady that repairs our bow for us, and we have to go and collect wood for her. I think her name is Drusilla, if I remember rightly, but I could be wrong. Yeah, there she is, still there, still making bows for the Athenians. Sekhmet is the cat. She's way south. Understood. Yeah, I've not done that one. Michael's at work. Understood. Well, we shall be very professional, of course, on this stream, so you don't get into trouble. I'm going to walk through the town of Sami You know, just to soak up the atmosphere. Baking bread in an open oven. Let's just quickly cancel that quest. We're not going to pick that quest up now. I reckon I'm ready. Although one thing I did notice, and I'm just going to change the key binding. For whatever reason, I've got Animus Pulse, or Athena's Insight, I think it's called in this game, isn't it? And I've got it mapped to button 5 on my mouse, which is one of the thumb buttons, because for Unity and Syndicate, which I use the same control scheme, that's how I have it for those two games. And over time I've been gradually remapping all of my Assassin's Creed games to kind of a similar control scheme that I got really comfortable with Unity and Syndicate, which is button 5 for Revelation. But for whatever reason, it is not working, or doesn't seem to be working, even though the input is working there. Let's just... Nope. Quick press isn't working. Press and hold isn't working. Just give me a sec here. I'm going to maybe just put on a different key. How's the weather in England? Good question. Always a good question to ask a British person. We love talking about the weather, as I'm sure you know. It is actually, I mean, the sun is setting now, but it's nice and clear. It's quite bright. It's not too warm. It's kind of perfect, actually. It's kind of perfect. It rained a bit earlier when I was out walking the dog, but that's the way it goes. Oh, I know why. I'm an idiot. I'll tell you why the Revelation isn't working. It's because of this. Revelation is an ability. So, yeah, that makes perfect sense. If I didn't have this engraving on the sword, Revelation would work normally. And with this engraving, you can only use passive abilities. And Revelation is an active ability. It's hot as Basim over here. Oh, wow, that hot, eh? Whew. I'll send you some ice water, if that helps. I'm guessing it gets obviously cold in the winter, but it gets hot in the summer, does it? The others are all active abilities, so we'll leave those. Anyway, let's go and see this nice lady by the dock and take a vacation. Likewise in the US, hot too. Yeah, we've had the last few weeks, well really the last month in the UK has been 20 degrees plus, which is unusual for the UK. Just got to take a quick detour, say hello to Telemenes, who we speak to early on, and try to get a boat.
Found a ship of your own, did you? Yes, this beauty will be helmed by another.
When you play for the first time and you meet him, I mean, depending on how quickly you play, you might meet him within an hour. I remember my first time playing this game when I had no idea how these games worked. It probably took me, I think it took me something like 6 or 7 hours to fully explore Kefalonia and do all the quests. I didn't even know what a quest was. There was all these markers on the map and I just ran around looking at them all and doing stuff. When I finally got to speak to him to get off the island, and he says, well, it'll be 100,000 drachmi to buy this ship and to get off the island. And of course, when you do a New Game Plus, yeah, that money's not a problem. You've got 100,000 drachmi. You might have millions. But unfortunately, the game doesn't give you that choice. So you have to go and save Barnabas. So that's the way it goes. It's almost 10:30 and it's still 22. Yeah, that's, for me, that would be uncomfortably warm.
Come sail away! Find your bliss on Corfu! Boats leaving daily!
Alright. Got a manual save of my latest game there. These are some of my daughter's save games, which I will not touch because she still dips back into Odyssey from time to time, and if I was to affect those, that would obviously be a really bad thing to do. So let's create a manual save anyway, so if I want to come back I can, and let's go. Okay, that didn't work as I thought it would. Let's try again. Okay, here we go. You are about to start the content of Those Who Are Treasured. If you choose to progress with this quest, you may spoil late game content. Yes. It is recommended you continue your main story progression to naturally unlock the content. I will just make one comment here before I click yes. I have seen a few times on the Odyssey subreddit people come in and say, yeah, I picked up this quest, it didn't make a lot of sense to me. How far are you in the game? Oh, I've only been playing a few hours. Yeah, that's that's why none of it made any sense. But you know, this warning seems fairly clear to me. But I guess people just want to try stuff, so they click yes and go ahead. So let's go.
Care to visit paradise, Mistios?
Paradise? Does the boat go to Elysium?
Oh, to Corfu Island. A land with no work and all play. A vacation destination.
Vacation? What's that?
Oh, a state of mind where your only responsibility is to get much needed rest. It's a new concept.
It does sound tempting.
There are no clearer waters than off the coast of Corfu.
How about soldiers? Criminals? People? That's who I really need a break from.
If there are, they're too busy relaxing. Can I interest you in today's passage?
Before I click yes, I'll just seen Six Keys comment here in chat. I've never actually watched or played this story. Right, okay. Well, I mean, appreciate what you said earlier. You won't be able to stay on too long, but I guess if you're not that keen on Odyssey, fair enough. It's just another story. But if you enjoyed Odyssey, if you loved Odyssey and the characters, I think I said this at the time, it's fantastically written, both from a narrative point of view, but also from a gameplay point of view, and it is totally a love letter to the original game, and it feels like a love letter to the fans who loved Cassandra, Barnabas, Herodotus, and it ties up a number of open story ends just perfectly. It really does. It's like the best new content I've played in quite a while. It really is. So it was such a treat to have this so long after we thought that, you know, Odyssey had its run. It had a year of post-release content, and you know, we were on to Valhalla. So to have this new extra treat was just fantastic. Like Snicky says, it is a good one, and this it's going to be emotional. All right, this quest may spoil. Do you want to proceed? Absolutely. Let's go.
Just what I need. Vacation. For a couple of days, at least.
Ah, then step aboard. Your next destination, bliss.
If she's not here, Van Havas, we may as well give up.
If I have not given up on reading your manuscript on the third varieties in Thessaly, then you are not giving up. On the roof door.
Malaka.
Cassandra, what are you doing out there?
What does it look like? I'm on vacation.
You've been in the sun too long. You're more bronze than an urn. Come down here.
Ah, nonsense. I'm taking in the air. Much needed rest. Okay, bye.
What if I told you a mythical treasure awaits, huh? What say you then?
Nothing I haven't heard before.
Well, but an expert like you will find it in no time. The Adrestia needs a tune-up, and I could use the drachmi. Help an old friend.
Right. For all time's sake.
All right. Just keep your heat-ons on.
Exactly, Six Keys. Cheers, he's back.
Not as quick on her feet anymore, is she?
Hey!
What's all this about treasure?
Only the most exciting thing to happen to you in ages!
I've had enough excitement for a lifetime.
This was the last place we thought to look for you on Corfu. What have you been doing all on your own?
Nothing, dear Herodotus. And I've had the time of my life. Napping in the day, stargazing at night, and as much wine as I can swallow.
That's quite unlike you.
The old Cassandra, maybe. But the new Cassandra has never felt better.
Not retiring, are you?
I can't remember what I chose last time.
As long as there's trouble in this world, I don't see that happening.
I've never seen you with a face so sour. Come on now. Everybody loves treasure.
I'm not really in the mood. I'm a little preoccupied.
Not in the mood. Now you're definitely not acting like yourself.
And what's so bad about that? I'm fine. Really, I just needed to be alone for a while. To think about what's become of my life and to get away from everyone. No offense.
None taken.
It's true. The burdens you've carried have been heavy.
If anyone can shoulder them, it's Cassandra. You just need a little distraction from the weight. Say you'll do it. Come on the hunt. For the Adrestia. For me.
All right. We'll hunt for treasure. To put some drachmi in your pocket.
That's our Mistios. Oh, the loot will be enough for a whole new ship. Legends say there are delicate linens woven by goddesses, ancient scrolls, one-of-a-kind wares from a far-off land.
Let's not get too carried away, Barnabas.
Oh, right. I won't spoil any surprises. You'll find clues around the island that will lead to treasures beyond imagination.
If it's so legendary, I'm surprised no one's found it yet.
They've tried for hundreds of years. Well, less than that, but no one has discovered it. Not until we do today.
We'll see. The only thing this island has a lot of is sand. And pirates. I'll go get my gear.
Alright, let's go. I missed a few things in the chat there, but I didn't want to talk over the cutscenes because I don't know, I want to listen to the cutscenes. So, what did I miss in chat? Dogfish Squid says, such a good storyline. Yeah, it was just brilliantly written. Durgo, did they change any of the voice actors? So, not for Cassandra and not for Barnabas, but to me, Herodotus does sound a bit different. There are credits at the end, so we could have a look at the credits if we get that far anyway, and we could see if it's a different actor, but I'm not sure. I think it's Pete. In the original game, it was Pete. I want to say Peter Polycarpou, who is a British actor. In the original game, I don't know if he also voiced Herodotus in this game, but he does sound different to me. Whereas the other two just sound like they've aged. I mean, it's been 3 years since they were 3 or 4 years since they were last voicing these characters. So of course they've aged. Their voices will have changed a little bit, but certainly Herodotus does sound a little more different to me. Cast Panic Israel. That scene is great, and again, that's just the mocap. I know they don't use the mocap for every scene because of the cost of it and so on, but when they do mocap the actors to bring the emotions to the fore, it's just amazing. Michael Smith, is this the... Yes, this is the overlay from the AC-15 fan kit. The gold around the edge of the screen, the Odyssey logo on the right, and then I just added our new podcast logo, courtesy of Serverland, down in the bottom left. Barnabas sounds almost Italian. The voice actors now Six Keys will tell me, correct me in the chat if I get it wrong. It's Andreas Apergis or something like that, and he has voiced characters in Assassin's Creed. Like Six Keys says, at least as far back as AC. He voiced characters in AC2 as well, didn't he?
I love a good one.
But I can't remember any of the names. But if you look him up, Durgo, on IMDb and have a look at his history, he's been voicing characters in these games for a long, long time. In fact, again, going back to my Origins replay, he voices several side characters in Origins. Like there's a boxer that you go and help escape from or a gladiator that you go and help escape from the gladiator school to go and become a fisherman. And again, he sounds just like Barnabas. Or like Cesare, depending on when you join this franchise and which games you've played or you've enjoyed the most. So yeah, that actor's had a long time with this franchise. Anyway, that's enough waffle. Let's go and get some gear. I don't know if there's any particular markers here. Oh, there is. Okay. We could just look at the sunset, which is beautiful as always. Well, let's go and play some Assassin's Creed. Got our vacation outfit on and the sun hat, which is always good to see. When the game was first released, the sun hat was available, but only from a specific mercenary. And then it wasn't. I don't know whether there was a bug in a release, but you could no longer get it. And I'd seen it on some YouTube videos, and I wanted the sun hat more than anything, but it just wasn't available. And then finally, in a later patch, maybe 8 or 9 months after the game, they released the sun hat and a few other unique items that would just appear randomly at blacksmiths. And it was great to get it.
About them. All the people I've met, it's like they follow me around. Physically and in my head.
Tell you what I'm going to do just for a minute. Ah, yes, we have no gear, of course. Perfect. Let's go and look through Cassandra's, well, this is quite a collection she's got here. We don't need any iron or other resources, but let's go and look at all her memorabilia.
I was hoping to not need these for a while.
Time to get back in shape.
There we are. Looking good. Ah. Yeah, Jason, I love this remote. Exactly. And one of the things I really appreciated about this story and Corfu is each location, a lot more effort has gone into making it parkourable or making it more fun to explore. Which, let's be fair, most locations in the base game did not. And yeah, I really felt like the level designers and the world designers have put a lot of effort into each of these locations to make them a bit more parkourable, a bit more assassin-y, shall we say, and I really appreciated that. Anyway, let's go and see what we got here.
If you want the opposite of a vacation, try Sparta.
Yep, good advice. What's this? Ah, I know what that is. That's a target dummy. We need some weapons. What's down here? A bull? Oh look, cultist masks. The only kind of event I've ever been to was October, or was it November 2019? So just before COVID, and I went to a Comic-Con event here in the UK. Met the two voice actors, Michael and Melisanthe.
This sculptor had nothing on Phidias.
And I met a lady called Lisa Zaman, who is an artist, and she was wearing her Aspasia outfit, but she had a cultist mask, which was quite cool, that she'd made herself.
I haven't looked at this letter since Alcibiades sent it to me. Months ago.
I've never read this letter before. I didn't think to explore. That's exactly what I would expect a letter from Alcibiades to say. Yes. What have I missed in chat? Yeah, Icaros. Having Icaros available to tag, and the same with Senu. Having them tag points of interest and the guards really helps you plan out different approaches through an environment, and I really missed that with how Sunin works in Valhalla. Even Mystios gets sunburnt. Always protect yourself from the sun. Absolutely. I love this. Yeah. Andrea Supergis voiced Francesco Di Pazzi, one of the Orsi brothers, Cesare Borgia, General Putnam. Ah, okay. Yeah. Yeah. There's another goat. There's always another goat. I'm missing something. Up there. I should say, when I play these games, I tend to play quite slow. So I tend to take a while to try and explore everything and find all the interaction points. It could take a while doing that with arrows. Oh, that one's already destroyed. Okay. Is it just one arrow needed? Alright.
That should do it. Let's see about these clues.
Is there anything else to look at down here? That's one of the... That's either a representation of Phoebe's little eagle called Hara, or maybe that's just a callback to Phidias and all of the sculptors that we see. Especially there's a whole area of Athens where all the sculptors work, down in the southwest of the city. The post-game story with Alcibiades and his wife was great. That man is just... oh well, let's take the orichalcum. Might need that, never know. I should probably go and explore the chest, shouldn't I? See what's in there. Got to grab the loot. If you don't loot, you're not really a Mystios, are you? He was hilarious, Alcibiades. The actor that provided the voice, I don't know whether his parts were mocapped as well or whether it was just a voice part, but the actor that voiced or performed Alcibiades, he actually auditioned for Alexios, and while he of course was not successful, they obviously liked what he did and so on, so they offered him the part of Alcibiades. Oh, straight in the pool. Oh well, never mind. Let's go and see Barnabas. Well, he looks pretty relaxed. Almost seems ashamed to interrupt him.
Very intriguing, riveting clues.
If you can hear the dog
waiting
barking,
for
I'm really
you.
sorry about that.
Careful.
What? Too much?
Treasure hunt hint. Not sure where to go. I'll help for your sake. To find the tablet, go look near the lake. Find and read the first treasure hunt clue. The tablet can be found at Lake I need a run up to that. Lake Cataracton. It can be found north of the southern watchtower. Okay, Icaros. Well, I think we're going to go and synchronise there first anyway, and then we'll have a look around. Let's go. I've called Phobos, but actually it's not exactly a long ride, is it, to that watchtower? Ah well, never mind. Still, we've got Phobos, we've got Icaros, we've got the band back together, and it's great. Take a few coins. You have Jason says, I've got 2 giant German Shepherds. Everything. Yeah. Yeah, my dog is, in terms of size, he's kind of the opposite. He's more like the size of a tail of a German Shepherd. And he's super aggressive until anyone comes through the door, and then they're his best friends. A letter. I think I finally figured it out. The stranger on Corfu is a Spartan spy. Why else would they come here of all places? But something's amiss. Their eagle is always in the air surveying. Yes, that's true. While the stranger wanders the beach, drinking and eating like there's no tomorrow. Even more strange, I saw them jump off a cliff and land in a haystack with no injury. The others at the lake think I'm crazy. Oh my god. I'm going to prove them wrong and experiment on my own. Maybe I'll fly just like the strangers. Oh jeez, here we go. I wonder how it is for you all when you go back and replay a game, one of these games, or any game that you're particularly fan of, and even just the sound effects of the synchronization, or the horse, or like the ambient world noise, the insects. I spent so many hundreds of hours playing this game that coming back to it, here we are.
Let's go.
It just feels nice. It's just so familiar. Oh, I see.
They'll be watching for me.
Are we going to
I
fight?
need to be careful.
All right. Oh, it is a lake. I actually thought it was open to the sea, and I was starting to think, why have they called it a lake? But yes, it is definitely a lake. A few guards. Oh, and is that an ancient tablet? Okay, we'll get that in a sec. The guy's body next to the hay reminds me of the AC Easter egg. Now, I have heard about this, but I don't remember it. Tell me more. Remind me of what that is. Let's equip the bow that we want. Yeah, that's right. Okay, let's go. Surprise! All right. Thanks, Michael. Yeah, please do. I'd love to see that. Isn't there an Easter egg in The Witcher as? No, maybe I'm thinking of what you're describing. But maybe I heard that there was some sort of Easter egg in The Witcher as well, like there's an assassin next to a pile of hay or something. I don't know, but maybe I'm thinking of what you said.
This must be the first clue.
I just wanted to see if it said anything on the tablet, but it doesn't. That's fine.
Wait, who wrote this? Messy, like it was scrawled on a bobbing ship. Just like the hand of Varnavas.
Tortured by a
Legendary
cyclops.
treasure, eh? Seems more like Varnavas and Herodotus thought I was on vacation too long. Those two. All right, boys. Where do you want me to go next?
Tortured by a cyclops and almost drowned. Oh yes. Okay. And a goat should be present. Of course a goat will be present. It's always a goat.
Ella.
Let's go. Where are we going? Alieos Village. Alieos Village. I think that's probably there or there. Let's go and check the near one first.
Come on.
What have I missed in chat? K Nasty found the podcast. Oh, excellent! Glad to hear it. Thank you very much for that. That's great to hear. We do occasional live streams as well. My co-host Declan, he's been streaming a lot of Elden Ring recently, which he is loving, and he's just started
Off we go now.
he's doing a no upgrades run, like a challenge run through Valhalla, which I'll be very interested to see how he gets on when he gets to the higher power regions. But yeah, thanks for that. Nice feedback. Eliaos Village. Here we go. What does 6 key say? This is what I don't understand. When you go to a... Right. Yes, it is what Durgo is describing. So if we go into the... So you have a certain amount of assassin damage. So Cassandra has a base assassin damage at this level, level 99 of 200,000 or something like that. And then different engravings. I've got a warrior base build here, but different engravings can then increase that, different abilities that you equip. Like your critical assassinate, shadow assassinate abilities, increase that number. Plus you do more assassination damage at night. Plus you do more assassination damage, if I can speak, from behind. So if you can get behind a target, you're going to do more damage. But that's your base damage. All of these numbers are your base damage numbers. But then it's influenced by the crit chance and the crit damage. So there's 3 different crit chance numbers and 3 different crit damage numbers that depend on your health level. So my assassination damage would be 494,000 multiplied by 7, basically, because I've got 725% crit damage, and I've got 100% crit chance. So I will always crit. Shouldn't crit damage still show your chance? I think it should. I think that bar should show. Should have been coded to show that, absolutely, because otherwise, until you go and tap F or whatever button it is on your controller, you won't know whether you're going to assassinate them. You get used to it, of course, once you sort of get familiar with the build and the numbers. But yeah, that is definitely a flaw in how the system works. But I think at level 99 on Nightmare, your level 99 mercenaries, your bosses will only ever have, what is it? I think it's about 3.5 million health. So as long as you can manipulate the numbers to get you 3.5 million assassination damage, you can assassinate everybody in the game. Dogfish squid, no, it shows. Yeah, it shows basically your non-crit assassination. The red is that part of the bar. The rest is what the total health of the enemy. Michael Smith, it was Witcher 2 that had the... okay, gotcha. Metal Gear, the Leap of Faith achievement. Awesome, okay. Confession time, I've never played a Metal Gear game. So, yeah. Alright, what's going on here? There's a pot. There's a sheep, or is that a goat? There are some guards. Maybe we should try to play this a little more sneaky. Of course, when we're being sneaky, we have to whisper so that the enemies don't hear us. Why are there guards here, though, if Barnabas is just having some fun?
Actors playing pirates. Nice touch. Those two outdid themselves.
Oh, I can't assassinate them.
Leave this place, Mistios. You're gonna eat your own teeth if you keep it up.
Alright.
Let's make this a good fight for our audience, shall we?
What? Oh, I see. Ooh, they hit hard.
It'll soon be over.
Ooh, now you see the civilians coming for me as well.
Not a bad performance. Have you all acted before?
I don't think they're actors. Oof. General Kenobi. Hello there, Just a User. How's it going?
We know you know.
What do I know?
The treasure. Don't lie. You were sniffing around.
Yes, that's what people do when they're on treasure hunts.
We'll find it first. Mark my words.
I'm guessing that wasn't a play fight.
There's no playing with those kinds of riches are at stake.
But those clues were written by Herodotus and Barnabas, weren't they?
What clues?
What?
What? How do you know about the letter of the treasure hunter?
Wait. Let's start over. There is very real treasure on Corfu Island, isn't there?
Don't matter. Not when you'll never see it. You'll be locked in there for the rest of your miserable days.
We'll see about that. Oh, there's my gear.
All right, Jason, thanks for dropping in and thanks for helping out with the audio tests early on. Much appreciated, and speak soon. What else did I miss? Yeah, Snicky. To be honest, Snicky, the number of games that I haven't played is much larger than the number of games I have played. So yeah, I've never played a Metal Gear game. Michael Smith, it was weird learning that the horses in AC1. Yeah, that was an interesting dev sort of thread, wasn't it? Where they took a human animation and kind of stitched it together to turn it into a horse. That would explain why the horses look so weird. But we'll let it go. It's all part of the charm of AC1. And 6 keys. I hate the civilians. Yeah, it always makes me laugh. You've just beaten up some kind of mercenary, or you've cleared a fort or a leader house, and then a civilian will pick up a broom and come running at you as if they've got a chance, which is hilarious. But yeah, all good fun. Dogfish squid. But do they know that we know that? I'm not sure about that. That was let's find out. All right. We don't have our spear, do we? Oh, we do have... Icaros is still helping us out. Let's use him to help us. We're going to have to be careful here. Ah, damn it. This might have been a mistake. Oof.
Won't last much longer. It's over.
Yep, I was supposed to sneak past there, not get into a fight. Let's reload and try again. Sneaky says we need to have a chat about other games. We do. You know, you often see those sort of discussions on Twitter and other places, like, you know, these are the top 10 games, you can only keep one. And I look at those lists and think, I don't know any of them, so I'll just move on. Or you look at, you know, Wikipedia's top 10 most profitable or biggest selling games. I probably haven't played any of them. But anyway, I've had a sheltered life. Oh, damn it, he's found me already. This is not going to go well. Can I just run? Run, Cassandra, don't jog. I haven't got time to jog. I'm going to let them do me in, because I want to do this again without being detected. Okay, let's go again. This is pro level gameplay, by the way, you're seeing here. So this time, let's wait for them to go and take their places, and then let's go be sneaky. Like, properly sneaky. There's no other way out of here, though, is there? You've got to break your way through the door. Yeah. Oh, look, he comes to light his torch in the fire. Bloody hell. I was thinking, let me just go into this bush, I was thinking of climbing up that ladder and then maybe going across on the ropes, but if I do that, the guard here with the lit torch, he's going to see me, so I'm going to sneak and then climb. Whew. Good. Alright, let's go. I'm going to have to sneak in behind him, I think, and then I'll be able to... So there's one guard still over there underneath there, the other guard... Alright, let's go. Oh, thank God, I've got everything back. This would be a lot harder without it.
Might be worth checking out the settlement for the letter he mentioned.
Alright, let's... You can use harass with your cross. Yeah, that's actually something I almost never do, and I probably should, because it's so useful. Jailer's notes. No one can read the stupid thing, but the letter was written by the hunter himself. Keep it in the settlement until it's deciphered. Keep your noses in the sand until the treasure's found. So one of the other things that was nice with this story, again, there was some thought given to some of the things you pick up. So you get this legendary item. Now, it's got an engraving, and the yellow marking here on the yellow shield means it's a legendary engraving. You can engrave it on any other piece. But what I like about it is for those players that and I totally understand the complaint, those players who didn't like the fact that Odyssey didn't have guaranteed assassination, and therefore you had to build for assassination, like you see here, you can use this engraving, and it will give you that guaranteed assassination. It has a trade-off, which is you have low health, but that kind of also plays into that assassin fantasy of not getting detected and not putting yourself into a situation where you're in a melee. So that's another thing that I think this story, they really went back and not just gave us a good story for the characters, but they gave players some new gameplay options if they really wanted to role play that assassin. I think that's worth calling out. Okay, where are we going? Find and acquire the treasure hunter letter. The letter can be found on the south of the shores of Drapani, on the southern coast in the Lestikos settlement, which I think is that settlement over there. So let's go. All right, let's use let's. Can I harass with Icaros? I don't think I've got the option. Is that one of those? Maybe it's an active ability. Ooh, missed. Gotcha.
You're dead meat.
Okay. Let's go. Nobody imprisons a Misthios. Dogfish Squid says, why play other games when Odyssey is right there? Yeah, quite right. I mean, other games exist, you know. That engraving would be my reason for playing this before. Six Key says, I would that engraving being my reason for playing this before. Yes, yeah, that makes sense. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's go.
Go and earn the gear, the item, but then you can use the engraving how you want, and you can really go into for that assassin play style. The town is further north. Okay, let's avoid the boars because they are horrible. One of the other things I really liked about this this new story is, apart from giving us a new quest, a new story, which was fantastic, they gave us a new map, which really kind of blew my mind. When we got that video, my first thought was, oh, amazing! They're gonna give us, I don't know, a new quest in Sparta or on one of the islands, or something that they'd already, using assets they'd already created, but they went to the trouble of building this entirely new map. And what really surprised me was Odyssey's main game has, I think it's 7 distinct biomes. I think 8 if you include the sea. And they've got different mixtures, like Lacanier's got a sort of a more springtime feel. You've got the autumnal forests of the far north of the map. What I get a feeling from this island that they tried to give it its own unique feel and its own unique biome. So it's very green, which is great, and not every part of Greece is, which makes sense. But I feel like they used all their existing kind of world design elements, shall we say, and created something that felt unique. And I think that's a level of attention to detail that you would not expect for free content for, let's be honest, an old game that was end of life, or certainly end of support. So yeah, really appreciated that extra detail in this this new content. Okay. Oh, and this town, for you parkour fans, I appreciate the parkour is not not great in these newer games, but this town has been built for. There are so many surfaces, ledges, beams, posts. If you want to try to explore parkour, this is a great place to come and do it. Just on the topic, going back to what you said earlier, Snicky, about other games, on the topic of other major game franchises that I've never played, and I know one that that you enjoy is, I've never played a Far Cry game. And I've had multiple people tell me I should really go and play something like Far Cry 3, because apparently it's very good, and I guess as an older game it's probably very cheap as well. So yeah. Hello. Let's... Bye-bye. Ooh, the dog's getting me. Detected by a dog. Does that count as a detection? I guess it does. Okay, let's go.
That was definitely a whistle.
Gotcha. I know the animations are over the top, but the blade through the neck and then snapping the neck just makes me laugh every time. Oops, missed. Gotcha. Let's go this way. I'm going to rescue the prisoners in a bit. I'm going to clear the area first. Otherwise the prisoners are going to get cut down by the guards. And that doesn't seem fair. Let's see if we can take out this... Oh, he's going to see me. Damn it. Gotcha. Got you two. We've got a few guards left over here. Let's go find them. Gotcha. That NPC just said when he found his dead colleague, "I'll leave an offering at the temple." I don't know if you could hear that on the game audio, but oh, I feel a bit sad now. It's like that bit in Austin Powers when they remember all of the nameless henchmen. Nope, I'm not supposed to be here. You're absolutely right. Nice. Alright, let's go and free some prisoners. Find the treasure hunter's letter. Dogfish squid. There's a lot of orichalcum blue. Yes, orichalcum. Yeah, I always spell it wrong, say it wrong. They covered this island in it again. I guess for those people that want those sweet Helix store items. Yeah, there's loads of orichalcum on this island for people who want to collect it all and add to their armor sets.
Here we are. It's in Greek, but also not. Huh. I hope Herodotus can read this.
Okay. Let's finish up here. Let's free the prisoners. And then we'll see where we go next.
You saved me! Thank you!
You saved me. Yep. Alright, we've been a good citizen. Now let's go and speak to our boat dads. And that phrase is trademark Valorian Rue. And it makes me laugh to this day. I could call the horse or I could just run. Let's just run. One sec. Okay, I'm back. I thought the NPC yelled, "You shamed me." To be honest, it kind of, to my ear, also sounded like "you shaved me," which I don't think that's normally something you'd do when you rescue someone. But yeah, yeah. There they are. Hello, Herodotus.
You're alive!
I suppose now you'll tell me your treasure hunt wasn't real.
Barnabas thought you needed some more adventure in your life.
I know you. You're just like me. You live to see the next port, so to speak. I thought it'd do you some good to feel needed again.
I can't be harsh with Barnabas. He's a legend.
You two must have really missed me to go to all this trouble.
Of course we did. We all love wine, but drinking all on your lonesome? You can't blame us for being a little worried.
A few of our clues still remain on the island if you want to find them. To humor us.
We put a lot of work into those. Hope a pirate doesn't find them first.
Speaking of clues, real clues, I found this letter.
Ah, this is written in an ancient Dorian dialect. I can read parts, but it's not spoken. And most of its stories have died with its speakers. Remarkable.
What does it mean?
I don't exactly know, but it alludes to a story I heard once. It told of a sunken key in a temple off the coast of Corfu, near a small island.
Aha! Oh, keys always unlocked. Something. Our hunt isn't over yet. Thank the gods.
A sunken key. That doesn't narrow it down when you're surrounded by water.
You were a little reluctant at first, huh? But now, this is for real. The three of us will make history!
It's not exactly the break I had in mind. I came here to get away from everything, remember?
But...
But we're involved now, whether I like it or not.
Oh, that's the spirit! Where to?
I believe an old colleague of mine, a professor, lives on the island. He may be able to translate the letter's true meaning. I'll see what he knows in Korkirapolis.
I'll meet you there. Barnabas, you take him. I'm sure the pirates will be looking for that letter.
Affirmative! Then I'll head to the port. Oh, you wouldn't believe the triremes built out of Corfu!
So this is turning into Barnabas's vacation, is it?
Barnabas is just always so happy with life. He really is. Alright, quest completed. No rest for the Mystios. Where do we go next? Not all treasure should be found. Enter the sunken temple and retrieve the key. The sunken temple is located in the heart of Korkira. I think we head... the west of Ponticonisis Islet. Okay, we need to head over here. But I'm going to take a detour to this undiscovered location on the way and just see what's there. Durgo says, I really wish they would have let us interact. Yeah, I agree. It would have been nice to have had more than just there's much exactly 6 keys. And it's a funny line and people love quoting to each other and I like saying it as well, but it would have been nice to have had the occasional kind of history story, or because I mean, yeah, excluding whether he was the world's first historian or not and whether everything he wrote down was true or not, it would have been fun to have heard some, you know, stories from Egypt and Africa and other places that he had visited or that he had written about as you were sailing. Barnabas has a few kind of sea stories that he tells very occasionally when you're sailing. But they're quite rare and it would be nice to have had more of them. What's this location? I think this is just like a party place, if I remember. Yeah, here we go. Let's go and Oh, I've disturbed the musicians. I'm really sorry, everyone. I was actually coming to listen to the music. Never mind. Back away from the Mystios. Are these two going to have like a wrestling match in the sea? They are. What's going on here? Is he painting a portrait? Maybe not. Look at this guy posing. Oh, that's hilarious. He's posing for his painting. Oh, that's amazing. Sorry. Simple things. Just take a quick snap for the gram, you know. He's playing a lyre and she's playing, I think it's called an auflos or an aulos, a twin, kind of a twin flute, a reed instrument. He's got to look great for the painting. He really has. He's got to pose for it. Oh, I've interrupted their song by using photo mode. I'm really sorry, guys. You go back to your performance. Alright, let's go and have a quick look around here, see what's going on. Basically, everyone's lazing around, having a good time. It's like a beach resort for the ancient Greeks. And people have already put their towels down on the sunbeds, look. Not gonna lie, this looks like a great place to sit down and have lunch. What a view. Okay, let's move on. Let's go and grab that sync point and then we'll go to the next, find this sunken temple. I was listening, back to the topic of Herodotus, I've started listening to a podcast series called Let's Talk About Myths, Baby. And the host of the podcast, the whole series is about Greek myth. And she has played Odyssey. So I've gone through her sort of back catalogue and listened to all of her Odyssey episodes. And she did an episode with Amit, who some of you will know. About Herodotus and about some of the things that he may have been misquoted or misinformed, or may have been told things that were made up. And it's a very, if you want to learn a bit more about Herodotus, definitely check out that podcast episode and have a listen to them kind of clarify what we know and what we don't know about Herodotus and what he may have got wrong. It was a good listen. Snicky says, I miss going to the beach after... I'll tell you my honest opinion of the beach. It's the same as Anakin Skywalker. I really don't like sand. I'd rather be up on the promenade, sipping a nice coffee or a beer, while everyone else is on the beach. Let's go and see what's over here. I think it's a farm. Yeah, that's a grain silo. Drapani farm. The Histories is a good read, Michael Smith says. It really is. I've read it. I honestly would like to read it again and try and commit it more to memory, because even though some things you read, like, does he not write about things like giant desert rats sort of the size of people and all sorts, and lakes of salt where modern day Libya would be and stuff like that? even though you read it and think, yeah, that's not actually what it was like. Hey, it was 431 BCE. You know, word travelled by direct contact with people. There was no internet.
Off the coast of Corfu.
We have to give them a break.
Close to the sunken quay.
I probably should have gone to that beach over there and taken that boat. But do we need to go to the island? The sunken temple is located... Oh, it's west of the islet. Oh, I see. It's underground. There's probably some... sharks. Brilliant. Hi Ibrahim, welcome. We are playing through the Odyssey Crossover Story at the moment. We're about, I don't know, actually an hour. Uh-oh, get away. We're about an hour in, I would say. No, I've got plenty of time. Treasure. Am I going to run out of air? There's no air pockets here. Enter the sunken temple and retrieve the key. Ah, there's some air. Good.
Must be near here.
It still looks great, even for a, what is it, nearly 4-year-old game. Still looks fantastic. Or as I said earlier at the start of the stream, I've just finished a replay of Origins, and that also is a fantastic looking game. It really, the character faces actually look a little dated, but the world, the environment, the textures, they look incredible. Even 5 years after release. Bloody snakes. Why did it have to be snakes? And a single snake bite will take most of your health. I've desynchronized in tombs more times than anywhere else. I wonder if that treasure chest marker there is where I was supposed to pick the key up from. Oh well, let's keep exploring. See what we find. We can always go back. Take the shiny blue rock. I think I've missed something, because this is the way out. Alright, let's go back. Tell you what we'll do. Let's... That's it. If I unequip that sword, I will get my what's it called? Athena's insight? Athena's sight? I can't remember. I will get that back. And that's what I need to find all the little points of interest. It's probably that treasure chest that's marked on the map. Let's go back and see what we can find. Or is there... Oh no, you can climb up there, look. Let's see.
This is it.
Aha.
Now to meet Herodotus at the professor's house. Hope they found what this key unlocks.
Michael, you say you've only read the first book. Well, that's interesting. So the first book by Herodotus, I didn't know there was more than one. No, don't climb there. Let's go out. There we go. Let's get outside, work out where we're going next. Ibrahim says, what's your favourite Assassin's Creed? I have a soft spot for AC Unity, as it was the first AC I played. Well, you've come to the right place. And at this point, probably anyone in the chat who knows me will know that I also love Unity. It is my favourite game in the franchise. And Odyssey is definitely my favourite of the new trilogy, and it's probably my number 2 spot, I would say, overall of all of the games in the franchise, Ibrahim. So yeah, Unity is my favourite for that classic make me feel like an assassin experience. But of the new trilogy, the new style of game, Odyssey is my favourite. Odyssey would always have a special place in my heart anyway, because it was the first game I played in this franchise. So, hey, look, maybe they will make a future game in this style, you know, the more open world style, the role-playing style, and it'll be better. Who knows? But unfortunately, Valhalla just didn't scratch the right itch for me. I know from a storytelling point of view, it definitely was a lot more of an Assassin's Creed story. It was much more closely connected to the pre-existing lore, and using and expanding the existing lore. But I found Valhalla just to be, it felt like work, I'm afraid to say. Whereas this felt like fun. That's the best way I can summarise it. What does Michael say? It's 9 books and histories. Okay, the first title is Cleo, and it's about Croesus. I definitely remember reading about Croesus. The only version I've got, Michael, is it's available for free, I think, on the Kindle store. So I've read it on my Kindle. Now, whether that was just book 1 or the whole thing, now I'm not certain. But I remember that he's talking about effectively the origins of the Peloponnesian War. But he does so by basically describing the entire history of the Mediterranean and all of the countries around it. And he spends ages, like books and books, I think, talking about Egypt, which is fascinating. Although, as they were saying on that podcast I mentioned, it is likely that some of the things he was told by the people he was speaking to were just stories being made up either for his benefit or for tourists. So he was documenting what he thought was fact, but was probably just made up. But anyway, I think I've read it all, Michael, but I'd have to go back to my Kindle and see. But I didn't remember it had been divided into multiple books. Book 8, I think, is Leonidas, I guess we should say. Right, okay. Snicky says, I felt the same, James, don't worry. Yeah. I laugh because it's just the way life is, but Valhalla is the first game in the franchise that I pre-ordered because I've been catching up with this franchise in the last 2 years, and Valhalla is the only game I've paid full price for, and it was the one that I really didn't get on with, whereas all the others I've bought heavily discounted over the last 3 years or so, and I've enjoyed all of them, to be honest. Some more than others, but yeah, it's kind of ironic that the one that I forked out top dollar for turned out to be the one that I really didn't enjoy. Egypt was book 2. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I definitely remember reading that. Maybe I didn't finish the whole thing, Michael. I'm not sure, but it was fun to read. Okay, let's go and meet Herodotus at the professor's house. Now that we've synchronised with, I think that's Artemis, isn't it? With her bow. Again, in this town, like I said earlier, with the overall island, the open forests. Although, of course, looking around here, these are all the same sort of different models and so on that we're used to seeing in the other cities. It feels that they really combine them in a new way to make it feel different to the other towns that we get in the map. And I just really appreciate that that thought and that detail. Snicky says, Odyssey brought me back to the series and my second fave, so it too holds a special place in my cold heart. Your cold heart. I'm sure you don't mean that really, Snicky. What's your favourite, Snicky? Is it AC3, if I remember rightly? Just reply with, where's Charles Lee, if I got that right. And then, of course, we can break into the Hamilton song. No, I'm not going to sing it. Hell no. Just before I reach this next interaction point and probably a cutscene, I remember some time ago, Six Keys and I were chatting about controller or keyboard, and I think Six Keys, you used to play keyboard but you moved to controller for Origins, if I remember rightly, because of the walking speed. And I am definitely inspired by you. I am walking a lot more in this game just to feel the world and so on. But yeah, I definitely understood what you meant about Origins, where Bayek's walking speed is so slow and you can't change it, or not on keyboard anyway. So I can totally understand why you switch to controller, because you don't always want to be running everywhere. You want to kind of blend in and role play that you're just strolling down the road or something. And yeah, it's either sprint or walk really slowly. But what I like in not the store, we don't need to buy anything from the store. What I like in Odyssey is there is somewhere in here, I wonder where it is, you can control, yeah, you can control the walking speed. So I think by default it's 3, or maybe even 2, and I just have it a bit faster, so I can just tap control to switch between walking and running and just walk sometimes, but still not take forever to get anywhere. Michael says, I enjoyed Valhalla, but it's hard to beat Odyssey. Yep. Where's Charles Lee? Exactly. And Dogfish Squid obviously gets a Hamilton reference. He's a general. Yep. I'm not going to sing it. I'm going to resist the urge to sing because that would be really embarrassing. Ibrahim says, just a few weeks ago I got AC Unity book from Waterstones. Oh right, I would say so. We did a book review episode a couple of months, probably 3 months ago now, and it was a really good conversation. The book is interesting because it fills in a lot of details. It gives Elise's side of the story and a bit more of the background to Francois de la Serre, to what's going on the temp, because the game gives you Arno's story. You're in Arno's shoes and you see the world through his eyes. But the book gives a lot more on the Templar side, which is interesting, plus some other characters who are legends, like Freddie Wetherell. I would say read the book first and then maybe listen to the episode, because we're going to spoil chunks of what's in there. So give it a listen if you like, that would be great, but probably read the book first and then come back to us. All right, let's move on with the story and go and see what's over here.
What happened here? Where are they? Maybe I can find something useful.
Well, broken stuff everywhere.
Looks like they were dragged north of the city.
Just before I carry on with this investigation, something I will say, Snicky, I replayed AC2 a couple of months ago. I'm going to replay all of the Desmond saga, should we say, including AC3, over the next... It's probably going to take a while because there are always other games to play, and I still want to play more Horizon, which I'm obsessed with. But yeah, definitely want to. I really AC3 is a funny one. People are often quite negative about it, but I really enjoyed it. I thought it was excellent. But I am looking forward to
No wonder the
replaying it
sandal broke.
and
It was hard to
especially
hold
doing the
together.
homestead missions,
It must have come from a poor area of Corfu.
which I didn't do the first time. Oh, I see. There's a movable crate there, but there's this, what would you say that is, ceramic barrel in the way? Can I get in another way? Ah, I remember this. For those of you that have played Valhalla, I don't know whether the level designers for this story were the same people that worked on Valhalla, or whether they'd played Valhalla and decided to borrow some ideas. But this, shooting that jar through this gap in order to move that crate through there, this feels just like the Valhalla, the little puzzles where you had to break the locks to get the chests and so on. And again, it's really simple, but it was nice to see a little more. Let's be honest, the puzzles in Odyssey were very basic, almost non-existent. And I quite like a puzzle, although I think the barred door puzzles were overused in Valhalla. But it's nice to see just a simple puzzle like this make its way into Odyssey, just to keep the brain going, you know. What have I missed? Oh, no worries, 6 Keys. Have a good one. Nice to speak to you, and speak soon. Sneaky homestead missions are fantastic. I think actually, Snicky, you were the first person to tell me go and play them, and I will. I will go back at some point, hopefully this year. We'll see how it goes, and do a proper full run through all of the older games. I've played them all once, but just as a very quick kind of through the main story, get the general idea and move on. And I would like to go back and properly look at the detailing on this floor. Properly go and explore those stories.
A rusted sword. Only a pirate would use a blade like this. They must have attacked them here.
Well, what else have I missed? Ibrahim, I'll definitely do that. I really love this channel. Oh, that's great. Thanks for the feedback. Very kind. But yeah, no, we do try not to call out spoilers, but we're also really forgetful. So yeah, we'd hate to spoil you for something that you can experience yourself. So yeah, do it in the order of reading first and then podcasting. But thank you for the feedback. It's very kind. Michael says excited for me too. The tombs I really enjoyed, and just trying to work out how I get into this house. Maybe through the roof. Let's go up high and see. Oh, that was actually easier than I thought. There's just a gap in the trellis right there. So let's go in there and get this last clue. Yeah, I didn't really enjoy most of the Valhalla post-launch, to be honest. And but the tombs were great. Proper puzzles, lots of fun, and I'm looking forward to the next set of tombs, which is going to be, where are we now? We're coming into July. Is it next month, or is that going to be that new game mode first? I'm not sure.
Sailors use this kind of rope. It's poor quality, so not the type used by soldiers.
All right, what have the clues told us? Herodotus and the professor were dragged to the northern part of the city. The pirates hide in the slums of Corfu. They have easy access to a boat. All right, let's go save Herodotus, because he's got some history books to write. What else did I miss in the chat? Sorry. Durgo says, yeah, the Valhalla puzzles got so repetitive. It was... I'll draw a comparison between Valhalla and Horizon Forbidden West, which I have finished a couple of weeks ago. I have started a new game plus, but I decided to take a little break. And early on, when you're in Norway and it's all new and you've got these occasional houses with locked doors and chests, it was really fun. It was like, great, little puzzles. I'm looking forward to this. But yeah, it was overused. Your map has got these gold dots everywhere indicating the treasure chests. You don't need them because it does. To be fair to Valhalla, it doesn't have the same kind of Let me just bring up my inventory here. You know, you didn't have to collect all of this stuff like you did in Odyssey. But yeah, those barred doors, after a while it was just like, oh, for God's sakes. You know, there's only so many ways you can design an exciting barred door. And I'm afraid I got a bit fed up with it. I know I'm really beating up hard on Valhalla and it feels a bit harsh, but oh well, gotta be honest. It's not like they're going to kick me out the Mentors Guild, is it? Oh, that was a bit cheap. I'm going to re-equip my sword, so I've got more damage. Where's Etwas Harpy? There it is. Ah, I messed that up. What a muppet. It's a silly thing, but what I love is all of the NPCs, all of the soldiers have a name when you hover over them. It doesn't really matter because, of course, they're all going to die under your blade anyway, but I just always like that little detail. How did that miss? Gotcha. Icaros is helping me out. Good boy. Oops. I can't hit anything at the side of a barn from inside the barn tonight. Jeez, my aim is terrible. Where's that coming? Ah, let you start shooting me. I'll shoot back. Gotcha. There's arrows. Ah, there he is. Down there. Gotcha. Gotcha. The pirates hide in the slums of Corfu, which are over here by the docks. So we've cleared the docks. Let's go. Let me catch up with chat. Michael Smith says, I believe it is Rogue. Yes, that's the... Right, this was funny during the stream because when they said there's this new game mode, I couldn't work out whether he said rogue-like or rogue-lite. And it turns out they're both things. They're both different versions of the same kind of horde-like game mode, which I'd never heard of before. It's not the sort of game I've ever played. Yeah. I do wish you could get more resources outside the raids. Quite agree, Michael. One of the things that surprised me, and I only had this thought a long time after finishing Valhalla, is you invest all this time in raiding and upgrading Ravensthorpe and building farms for your clan members, and there's blacksmiths and there's fishing ports and all the rest of it. But Ravensthorpe doesn't generate any money like, for example, Monteriggioni would. I don't know about some of the newer games. I mean, Snicky, you tell me about the homestead. Does that generate revenue if you do the homestead missions for Connor? But yeah, it's strange that you build up this town and it generates no money. I just think that's weird. And although the economy is much stripped down compared to Odyssey, where you could spend a fortune on upgrades, you still need money, for example, for little things like transmog. They charge you silver for transmog, which really annoyed me. That should just be a free thing to let players enjoy the game. But why is there no passive income from this town that you've invested
This must be the place.
so much money and so much time upgrading. I mean, if I was putting my tinfoil hat on, I would say that it's because they want to sell you microtransactions for your gear rather than just let you buy gear yourself through passive income. But that's conspiracy theories, of course. I'm probably wrong. I think we're going to have to deal with the pirates. Who do I go for first? Ah, damn it. I was trying to land in the bush and crouch before he saw me. And I landed in the bush, great, but I didn't crouch in time. So he saw me. But Sixth Sense kicked in and I was able to deal with him before... Gotcha. Alright, let's go assassinate some bad guys. Dogfish Squid says, humanizing the enemy. What do you mean, Dogfish Squid? In this game or in... Poor Nick? Oh, I see what you mean. Yes. Putting the names over the NPCs. Yeah. Yeah. I know. All these poor soldiers trying to make some money to feed their families, and then along comes Cassandra. Yeah, absolutely right. Ibrahim, I wonder where AC Infinity... I'm so excited. It's going to be interesting. I mean, they could do anything with Infinity. We don't even know if it's going to be what it was published in that news article last summer. You know, plans can change. It's potentially still 2 more years out. Who knows? But I don't want any more games that are like 150 plus hours, to be honest, unless they're going to be fun to play. So if I've got a choice between paying like $60 or £60 for 150 hour slogfest, or honestly I would pay the same for a much shorter, simpler game. I'm thinking of the older games. I'm thinking of Unity and Syndicate, where you can finish those in a few days. You can finish them in a day if you really put your mind to it, but realistically you can finish them in a week and then you can move on. I would rather have a shorter game that tells a good story, gets to the point, and then we move on. Now, if Infinity gives us sort of short chapters every quarter or every few months, or imagine like some of the DLCs like the Hidden Ones or Jack the Ripper or Dead Kings, you've kind of got 6, maybe 8 memory sequences, tells a nice little story, you've got some good stealth stuff, so you get to stab some bad guys, and then we move on. That's what I would like to see, and maybe Infinity will give us that, or maybe not. I don't know. I'm still worried that it'll just be riddled with microtransactions, and it'll be like Rebellion but for PC, and that won't interest me at all, I'm afraid. If you've got to log in every day to do an assassination mission to earn opal or whatever,
Not here.
that won't be for me.
There sure is a lot of marble. Maybe the pirates smuggle it out of the quarry. It's worth a try.
Ibrahim says the graphics are still so sublime. Honestly, I yeah, completely agree. It looks fantastic. Now I've got this just to make the demand on the PC a bit lower. I'm running this at the high preset. I'm running it at 1920 by 1080. I have a 1440 monitor, but just to reduce the demand, I'm running it at a lower resolution because I'm also got the streaming running at the same time. But yeah, even at the high preset, even at a slightly lower resolution, it still looks great. Bloody chickens. See that? Chicken was going to attack me. Oh. Bye. Chickens. Chicken. He's dead. The chickens do so much damage. Let's see what damage he does to me. Go on, attack me. Go on. Sorry, I just had to get a picture of this epic contest. Michael says I use Dublin for money. I have done that a little bit when I've needed money, but I'm not. There are things that I'm sure I could use money for, but I haven't played Valhalla in such a long time that I've not needed to go to Dublin. But yeah, I know you can go and pick up. You can trade those resources, can't you, at Azar's trading post and get some silver and so on that way. Snicky says overtime. Yes, I believe it does. Oh, okay, you get a book from Achilles to upgrade the homestead. Right. Dergo says, I mean, the town could have been a great time sink. Which we know, yeah. Yeah, I know there's a lot of interactions in the town. Like, you can talk to the characters as you complete the arcs and as the town builds, and people like the stories that are told. And there's a couple of quest lines, isn't there, that you can do from Ravensthorpe with some of the clan members or the town members. But some of the resources like that you need for upgrades, like titanium, that's quite rare. And you'd think, well, if you built this town as a trading post, maybe the town would generate, I don't know, a couple of titanium per hour or something, so you could use it for upgrades and so on. Ibrahim says, I totally agree with your comments on AC Infinity. I really want a good lore-driven game. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, I personally don't need hundreds of hours of content to feel like I've had value for money. And I wonder if there are, you know, not the developers who write the scripts and create the code and so on, but I wonder if at a sort of a business level, there's this belief that you must compete to have the longest, biggest, whatever game, because that helps sell it, and people just want more stuff. Whereas personally, I don't. I want less but good stuff, should we say? I'm going to go round to the left here and work my way over that side of the quarry, because the guards are more spread out. I think I can take them one at a time and then gradually clear the camp. Anyway, let's find the clues for Herodotus. Gotcha. What's everyone playing at the moment? Whether it's Assassin's Creed or not, I've just finished, like I said earlier, a replay of Origins. But before that, I was playing the heck out of Horizon Forbidden West, which I spent 3 months playing, and it is a fantastic game. It's one of the best games I've ever played. I can honestly say that. Did you finish Far Cry 6, Nikki? Because I know you were playing that, I think, when it came out. Gotcha. And you. Ooh, that hurt. Alright, let's go. Oh, that's gonna kill me. That might actually desynchronize me. That poison. Oh, that was close. That nearly got me. Alright, let's move on. Before I die. Bloody poison arrows, they're always a pain.
Body. No. No, it can't be. Is that Herodotus?
I don't think that's Herodotus. Ah, okay. The captain has Herodotus as a hostage. And we need to bring the key. Alright, we'll do it. Let's free these prisoners though.
Poor professor. I'll come back for him. But thank the gods it wasn't Herodotus.
Thank you, monsieur.
I have to find him.
Where is Herodotus? He's quite a way away. Let's get out of here. Call Phobos and let's get going. Dergo says I couldn't get into killing Robo. The machines in Horizon are challenging, really challenging opponents, and I played Horizon Zero Dawn and they always terrified me. I always respected them. I've definitely gotten a lot better in Forbidden West, and that's mainly because I found a fantastic YouTube channel, quite a small one, only with about 4,000 subscribers, and the guy that runs the channel, he really breaks down how the machines work, what weapons to use and why, how the different weak spots work, really how the mechanics of the game have been built. And that has given me so much confidence to actually go and hunt these machines properly and so on. So I think if you get the right guide, because the game, to be honest, does not really explain stuff like what it kind of tells you what the weak points are, but not how to use them, not how to exploit them. And his channel is amazing. That has really transformed. I've enjoyed it always for the story, but never really got on with the machine hunting side, which I know sounds silly because it's a machine hunting game. But it's the story and the world building of Horizon that's incredible for me. But yeah, now I'm a much better machine hunter, kind of doing Aloy proud at last. Oh, Snicky, so Snicky, when I asked you earlier about Far Cry 6, you said it had the same issue where it fell off for me. Oh, okay, interesting, interesting. Hold on one sec, I'll be right back. Okay, I am back. It's getting warm in the office. I had to take my jumper off. Okay, so out of interest then, Snicky, for you, there's been the 6 Far Cry games, but I think there's been some like major DLCs and expansions. So what was your favourite of the Far Cry series? What would you recommend someone that's never played one, who just wants to run around and shoot stuff and have some fun? What would you recommend they pick up and play from that series? And Michael is going to start Revelation. Ah, Michael, are you back to your genetic memory playthrough then with Revelations, I guess? Because I know you were doing that throughout last year, but did you take a break for to go and play some other stuff, if I remember rightly? So I'll be really interested to see you pick that up again, if that's where you are in your genetic memory order anyway. And Snicky's replaying Resident Evil. Okay, and they've just announced some big remasters, which, I'll be honest, I'll tell you what, on the topic of games I've never played a Resident Evil game. So there we are. But apparently they just announced some remasters or remakes that fans are really excited about. And Dogfish Squid says I should play The Sims. Well, I used to play, in the old days, SimCity 2000, like 25 years ago. And that was a great game. But I've never played The Sims. Okay, this area is not too heavily guarded. How the heck? What? You heard me from there? Bye-bye. Snicky says, play the new Oh, right, okay. Werewolf DLC for The Sims. Michael says, I had some burnout, but I never stopped. Had to do... okay, fair enough. Understood. So you're still working through the games in order. I think actually I'm going to try and assassinate this guy because I won't probably do enough damage with my bow to... right, he's going to inspect the body. Let's sneak up on him and assassinate him. Gotcha. Well, can we reach him? Let's leave nobody alive behind us. Dead men tell no tales. Oh, he's going up. Gotcha. Alright, let's go. Fire, Cassandra. There we go. Oops, sorry about that.
Someone please jump me.
Oh, so Snicky, Far Cry 5, not only because it's my state, but interesting characters, beautiful setting, I can go on and on. Alright, understood. Understood. Oh, of course, Michael, Brotherhood of Venice. Oh, bloody hell, we spoke about that, didn't we? I should have made the connection there. Yeah, we spoke about that a month ago or so? Okay, and that was a long game, wasn't it? To complete fully. Alright. Gotcha. Okay, let's climb this hill and find the captain who has kidnapped Herodotus and wants us to bring the key.
There's Herodotus. I need to free him.
Okay, what now?
Behind you!
You want your friend to live? Hand it over.
I don't know what you're talking about.
He's a storyteller, Mistios. He squealed like a hog. I want that key.
You have plenty of bounty around the island. Why this treasure?
Bah! Some treasure hunter you are. The most famous of all treasure hunters. Plundered the most valuable goods known to mortal man and hid them on Corfu. His name was lost to time, but his tale survived. He hid it away for the day his son would become a hunter like him and find the clues he left behind. But the fool died, as only fools do, and the treasure turned to legend until now. The key, or he dies. That's the bargain.
Take it.
No! You don't know what the treasure contains.
Have at them, boys.
Sure, let's dance.
No chance!
Oh. Uh-oh.
I don't know! Finding cover! Death to the enemy!
Oof. Go on, hit me.
Hurry, Cassandra.
Alright, let's go. Michael, let me just see what you've said there. Oh, right, yep, so you had the Valhalla content to catch up on, then Mastery Challenge. Okay, gotcha. So, Michael, have you done the first part of the Mastery Challenges, and were you aiming for gold in that, or did you just get the bronzes to do the story and move on? Because I found those to be the most challenging and frustrating things I've ever done, to the point where I haven't finished them.
It's another artifact? He'll go mad.
You want its power, don't you? I see the greed in your eyes. You'll only take this from my cold dead hands.
Oof, that was close. Got him. I see a shiny Isu ball. Jesus. Quest completed. Not all treasure should be found.
Sphere. What happened? It's like it's asleep. Dead. This can't be right. My spears never felt like this. Where did Herodotus go? And what happened to Varnavas?
Well, that's interesting. Why have we got that? Sorry, just don't mind me. Why have we got this slightly strange fixed camera around Cassandra? Okay, so we have, well, if you were playing with active abilities, you've just lost them. Yep, that's right, Snicky. There goes her powers. Now we've got to play old school, should we say. So, Michael, you're going for all the golds. I respect you. I really do. I just couldn't do it. I tried, and it just... I just couldn't do it. So I have huge respect for anyone that gets all the golds in those masteries. Oh, for the achievement, gotcha. Assassin of Madness. I recognise that name. Hello, Declan. How are you?
Keeper, do you hear me? Alethea? Is that you?
We need to talk.
Alethea. Everyone's favourite Isu. Hi guys. Hi boat dads.
Barnabas! How did you find us?
It's a little morbid, but I followed the trail of bodies and it brought me here. I tried to follow the pirates who took Herodotus, but I couldn't quite keep up.
Are you both all right?
Never mind that. Did you see that star shoot across the island? A sign from the gods, no doubt.
Not a star, Barnabas. An artifact. The letter spoke of a gold object among the treasure, so powerful it turns men into their darkest fears.
Or into monsters. Literally and metaphorically. I've fought them myself.
Surely you're joking.
I've dealt with these artifacts before. They're as dangerous as the letter said.
What mythical power! Who knows what this one's capable of?
It breaks spears, for one thing.
Are you sure? It looks like the same spear of Leonidas to me.
Trust me, something's off.
I'm sure it's fine. Allow me to fix it. I know ships aren't spears, but sea captains are good handymen.
Sorry, Barnabas. You can't fix my spear. Snicky says this part was a huge pain. Yeah, yeah, absolutely, definitely. And again, total pain in the arse, but I really respected it because it forced people to kind of play differently, you know, and try different things. So yeah, but I know what you mean. Total pain. Okay. Sorry, just one sec. I just got to check something in Discord and in OBS. How are you doing, Declan, anyway? Alright,
You don't know
let's get back
anything
to the
about
story.
spears, let alone this spear. It's special.
I meant no harm by it. I just feel it is, you know, my fault.
Don't. I'll go see what can be done, and I'll find you two later.
Good. Why don't we go see those waterfalls you were telling me about, Barnabas?
Ah, yes. I have not yet paid my respects to Asopos. He's god of the river here, and won't be pleased with all our hubbub.
Stay safe. No more pirates.
Keeper.
Where do I go?
The tomb of Phaeax, hidden in ruins. Come alone. Go west of the waterfalls. Go to the north. We'll meet there.
North.
Alethea, everyone's favourite trustworthy Isu. Where the hell are we? Okay, I think we're going to... Yes, this marker here, where I took a picture. Alright. Just take a little moment a sec. This map here of Corfu with these drawings, I would love to have that as like a print. Not with any writing on it, just the map and then these drawings around the edge. I think it's amazing. I really like it. Anyway, let's get back on with the story. So we're going to the western part of the peak of Phaeaces. The tomb is hidden within the forgotten ruins of Echor. Alright, let's go. Come on, Phobos, you can help me.
Another sleepless night over.
Never heard her say that before. When I played this in December when it was released. I played it over a couple of nights. I don't know how long it is. Maybe 4, maybe 6 hours. If you do, you know, every location and collect every chest and so on. I don't know how far we'll get tonight, but we'll just keep playing, see what happens, see how far we get. Right, this is where I need to go. Meet Alethea in the Tomb of Phaeax. Michael asked the question, which Isu would you want to see again in the future? That's a very good question. And to be honest, and to be blunt, most of the Isu are pricks. They really are. They're either racists or you know, supremacists or generally unpleasant people. Maybe I'm being a bit influenced by Juno there, but I don't know. I can't help but feel things would be a lot simpler if they weren't around.
My spear broken. I'd better be careful.
Let's try and think of a serious answer. I mean, which ones have actually been helpful? Maybe let's start from that point of view. I don't know. I'm struggling here. That's a really good question. I wonder if anyone else in the chat can give a better answer than I can, because I am struggling. Ah, good call with Consus. Yeah, good one. I know almost nothing about... She shouldn't be doing that. She should be running... There we go. I know almost nothing about him. I don't... Does he only appear in the transmedia? I think. If Andrew was here, he would be able to tell us straight away. Actually, Michael, with your playthrough of all the transmedia, so you probably know. But I'm not sure if he appears in any of the main games, or if he does, maybe in some of the side content that I haven't played. Snicky says, I have 2 that I liked, and it's no surprise who they are, but they aren't the greatest Isu. I'm guessing from some of the Isu from the Fate of Atlantis, and yeah, most of them were not great people, should we say? I was hoping to separate them by firing an arrow. That didn't work. So let's see where they go. I want to try to assassinate them, rather than just, you know, constantly doing melee combat, although I enjoy it. Let's try and be... Oh, look, they're going to where I launched the... These 2 are buddies, aren't they? They're not going to leave each other apart. They'll leave each other alone. Oh well, that's that plan over. That's you dead. Who's next? And you? Oof. That hurt. Alright. Just Cassandra doing Cassandra things. Project Legacy. Ah, okay. Yes, that was the Facebook game from 2010? I don't know, long time ago. Gotcha. I'm going to deal with those 2 guards. And then, just so I'm not going to walk out into a mess, and then we'll go and meet Alethea. Ah, brilliant! Spammers have arrived. All right. Here we go. Report. Done. Okay. Fix that. Where were we? Alright, there we are. Let's go find Alethea. She is somewhere. I think she's in here.
The followers of Ares did this. Ruthless.
Durgo says, I thought Poseidon was somewhere. That's a fair point, actually, Durgo. Yeah, he was seemed to be trying to do the right thing in Atlantis. That's for sure. There we go. Couldn't remember how to get a torch. Okay, here we go. Access the Animus has Project Legacy documented in readable format. Okay, interesting. Interesting. Dogfish Squid. The stream's been great. I have to leave. Okay, well, adios. Thanks for joining. And see you soon, Dogfish Squid. Good username, by the way. Right, I guess I need to go and do some reading, Michael, and find out more about Project Legacy. I knew it existed, but I know nothing about it, really. See, without even... Is it just called Revelation, or is it called... I thought it was... Abilities unavailable. I just want to check the name of it. Is it called... I think it's called Athena's Insight or something in Odyssey. Not that it really matters, but yeah, not having it now suddenly means you really have to stop and think and look around. And that's probably how it should be. Actually pay attention to your surroundings. I don't remember this tomb at all. And what I do remember is most of the tombs in Odyssey were pretty simple, but I think this one is more complex. Again, I think they really put some time into designing these. And, you know, giving people more of a challenge, which I totally respect. It's great. But I've actually got to use my brain. Can't go through the... Ah! Let's take some loot. Okay. I want to check something here. Normally, I light the braziers as I go. That's a habit I got into because then I would know if I was coming to a place I'd already visited or not. And I've forgotten to do that at the start.
Snakes. Better watch out.
Jeez. Okay. Probably will have to climb down there, but I'm going to check this level first and see what's here. Oh, I missed the snake. That's embarrassing. There we go. Snicky says, I think Fates was a great DLC. I know some people didn't like it. Yeah. I agree with you. It doesn't do anything, in my opinion, that breaks the law, because from a storytelling point of view, they kind of dodge it. Because it's a simulation that Alethea is creating. So, no, it may not be perfectly law compliant, but leaving it open to interpretation is also interesting. But it told us a lot about the creation of humans. Like, there we go. I need to sort my torch out. There we go. Like Project Andros. No, Anthropos. And, you know, we got to see a bit more of...
And still not hidden enough. Who knows how deep this tomb goes?
We got to see a bit more of Juno and Aita alive, as opposed to Aita just being a voice or a name that we see in database files. So I think it had some good stuff in there. It's interesting. Why are there beams up there? There's nowhere to go though. Durgo, I liked Fates, but wish they would have just skipped all the question marks. Yeah, there is a lot of side content in both DLCs. Did there need to be? Probably not. I know what you mean. Ah, this is the other side of that blocked passage. Okay, perfect. Let's move this crate. Yeah, that's fair, Michael. I think it's probably better to leave some things mysterious. You know, we don't need to see everything. Oh, I've got to run around the other way to move this. Okay, gotcha. Some things are better left unsaid. Leave a bit of mystery about who they really were, what their towns and cities look like, and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, I'm with you there.
Won't budge.
Well, why won't it budge? Why can't I shift it? Ah, there we go. Scorpions. That is pretty creepy. So, the serious question about DLCs, what did you think of Legacy of the First Blade? Right, I need to... Well, that's interesting. How do I get through there? Ah, I bet it's through the water. I'm diving under the water back in the main chamber. Let's go. I think we go this way and then look for a way of swimming up. Or maybe go further down to go up. Yeah, here we go. This looks good. More snakes. Brilliant. Michael says you have to remember that most of them are dead. So how better? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Dago like Legacy of the First Blade. Oh, it's more of Mama Cassandra. Snicky says good for Alexios but not for Cass. I've heard that from a lot of people who have played both. Got some oil pots. I'm going to burn now. There we go. Back in the water. Okay. Sorry, what were we saying? Yeah, I've heard that from a lot of people who've played through the Legacy of the First Blade as both characters, that it seems to work better, maybe from a character or a chemistry point of view, with Alexios. I've never played it as Alexios. I've played the main story as Alexios, but never the DLC. Alright. Oh look, there's another door there. Let's go that way. I'm honestly a little bit lost, but we'll figure it out. No way back there. Let's go back. I think this takes us back to the main chamber. Yeah, we'll get some air and then we'll go back and keep exploring. So, under the lion. Let's go. Ibrahim says, I haven't played Legacy of the First Blade. Ah, that's okay. That's okay. I kind of know what happens. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. I'd say it depends what you want to play for. I mean, just as one little thing, you do get if you're someone that wants to go back to Odyssey, maybe to play a New Game Plus or just to mess around, you do get a nice weapon for the Adrestia. It's like a flamethrower basically. So it might be worth playing it just to get that weapon. And of course, if you're someone that wants to play for, just for ability points or for XP, you can get a lot more as well doing that. So if you're looking to level up, or some people play because they want to sort of finish at level 99 and stuff like that, and yeah, why not play another story? I'm going to run out of air at this rate. Now I'm getting a bit worried. Yeah, this is not good. Cass is gonna die. Oh shit. Whew. You know what, Durgo? That would have been a damn good idea. Equip Poseidon's Trident for this point. Yeah, why don't I think I don't even think I've got it in my... I think it's on the Adrestia. Because I don't tend to use it. Nope, I've got it. Ah, oh, damn it. Why didn't I think of that? Ah, well, we made it. Just. Okay, where are we going? Have I not already been here? Yes, this is the other side of that wall. Okay, good. Should be a shortcut here. Perfect. Alright. We're through.
Where could she be? I must be close by now.
Let's grab the ability point from the Steely. Okay, let's go. Ah, here we are.
Alicia?
You found me, Keeper.
Why all the secrecy?
A precaution. Mortal eyes can't see what I have to show you.
Well, before you do, I don't know what happened. I went to take an artifact like I've done before, and... Can you fix it?
Unfortunately, I cannot.
There must be a way. My grandfather's spear...
Is most likely useless. The spear of Leonidas was overwhelmed by the issue energies it held. Some force in the artifact must have pushed it to its limits.
So it's gone. After all it's done for me.
I'm afraid so. But your powers are not limited to the spear. Your oath as keeper of the staff makes your destiny much more complex. Let me show you.
Ah.
What am I looking at, exactly?
The world. The planet Earth where you live. And on it...
There's the observatory.
People, good and bad, innocent and knowing, peaceful and violent. These are the places where you will find the world's issue artifacts. They lie hidden, for now.
There's more of them? Who put them there?
They aren't there without reason. But we aren't always wise to the why and who. They serve a mysterious purpose.
What are you saying?
There is a task that lies ahead for the Keeper of the Staff, if you are willing to take it. A task that will take the rest of your mortal life. Undisturbed, the artifacts are no threat, but if found by the wrong kind, human life may be destroyed.
So, my spear has no power, And I have to leave the world I know to find more of the things that took it away? Things that turn people to monsters?
Yes, to stop more monsters from existing.
You're asking me to leave my home, to leave everyone I love.
It is a sorry fact, but that will happen no matter what you do. They're mortal. One day, they will die.
Look, I came to you to have my spear fixed. If you can't do that, then I'm leaving.
You know their power, Keeper. Their potential. Humanity does not.
I didn't ask for this. Maybe I don't want to live forever. Don't I get a say in my own fate? Forget you, and forget the artifacts. I'm leaving.
Consider what I've said.
Oh, thanks, Alethea. All right.
So my spear is broken, and I'm being asked to find countless artifacts around the world. Forever. Happy vacation, Cassandra. This is too much. How could I ever explain this to Herodotus and Varnavas? They'd never understand. What to say when I find them?
Oops, no, I want you to go under
Better
there.
stay hidden.
She won't go through it. Come on. Alright, hang on a minute. Nope. What the hell? There we go. Okay, so let's escape this location. And then let's see what we've got to do next.
Come on.
Let's see what I missed in chat. So Durgo says, frankly, it should have been the epilogue of the main game. Do you mean Legacy of the First Blade, Durgo, or do you mean this story that we're playing today? And then Ibrahim, I was just thinking, I feel Arno's story has not been complete. You're not wrong, and actually it's funny how many of the games don't give us the complete lives of their characters. I mean, many of this. I'm trying to think through. I mean, it's only... We know Altair's beginning of his life and the end of his life in Revelations. We know Ezio's life because we had 3 games, plus a short film, plus books that expanded on that. So we have a lot of detail about Ezio's life. But Connor we don't know so much about. Aveline we don't know so much about. Edward's life is pretty well documented between the book. I think, is there stuff in Forsaken as well about Edward? So we know a fair bit about Edward's life. Shay, we don't know what happens to him. Like you say there, Arno, we don't know what happens. The Fry twins, we have some details, but from database entries. So we know that they were still alive in World War One, but we don't know what they did between sort of... Well, Evie went to India. Jacob, well, they got tussled with Jack the Ripper in 1887, 1888, but we don't know, you know, those sort of 10-year gaps, 20-year gaps, we don't know what they are up to. Bayek and Aya, we can speculate, but we don't know. Cassandra, at least we know how she dies, but of course she's got an insane lifespan, so probably skip over that. But yeah, there's many of the characters we just don't know beyond their origin stories or their sort of their first few years of their life as an assassin. Very little details are known.
Cassandra, we have a problem.
She looks thoroughly fed up.
Where's Varnavas?
He took off alone to find the object that broke your spear.
What? Has he gone mad?
I tried to explain to him it would be fruitless, but he wouldn't listen. He thought finding it was the answer.
You should have stopped him. Do you understand what that thing can do?
He wanted to help.
So he does that instead of staying out of trouble? I have to find it before Varnavas does. Malaka!
Oh dear. Alright. New quest. Power corrupts
Find
all.
you, Varnavas. What were you thinking going after it?
Reach and find the artifact's crush site. The crater is located atop the peak of Firekeys. It is northwest of the Accra watchtower. We're nearly at the northern end of the island. Would it be that marker there? I thought it was further up the mountain from my memory of only playing it once. I'm guessing if there's a watchtower, it'll be at the top of the mountain somewhere. That looks like a deep scar in the map. Let's head to the top of the mountain, and then we'll run down towards the crash site. Come on, Phobos. While Phobos takes us to our destination, let's see. Connor has a daughter. I didn't know that. Okay. Do we know who the mother was, or any more about his or her life? And then Project Legacy shows how Pythagoras got the spear. Oh, you mean the what's it called that she's holding? The staff. Yeah, he got it from. I heard this only a week or two ago. Why the hell are we going this way? We're going away from the target. I'm just going to do it manually. I heard this just a few weeks ago, and I can't remember who I was talking to. But yeah, maybe it was. To be fair, Michael, it might have been you in one of our recordings. I'm really sorry if it was. Yeah, he got the staff directly from Hermes, who was an Isu who survived for. Well, I suppose because of the staff, he survived 75,000 years, which just seems bizarre. Was he the last Isu to live? That's certainly interesting, and that was in Legacy as well. Interesting. Right, we're going to synchronise with Accra Watchtower, and then we'll go and find the crash site. Snicky says, I love his daughter. Snicky, tell me more. I need details. His daughter is called Ionihiote. I may not be pronouncing that right, so that's my best guess. Ionihiote. She's in one of the comics. Okay. It wasn't you that told me. Okay, Michael. Maybe it was Andrew when we were chatting about one of our lore discussions. I do wonder if that island over there is meant to be Kefalonia in terms of, you know, the real world map of where Corfu is compared to Kefalonia. I've always wondered if that island is supposed to represent Kefalonia. Anyway. Oops. Missed the hay bale there. Never mind. Assassin's Creed working well. Where's the crash? That is a crash site. Okay, let's go. in terms of your collection, Michael, are there any comics that you don't have? Or I guess maybe not the ones that are in... There's comics in Chinese, isn't there? And there's comics in French only, I think. But do you have those as well as part of your collection?
Should be extra careful in this area.
Gotcha. Alright, where is Barnabas?
The artifact definitely landed here, but no sign of Barnabas. Let's take a look around.
One sec, everyone, just need to quickly reply to a message on Discord. I should apologise, I have the loudest keyboard in the world, which is not ideal for streams where the microphone is so close to the keyboard, but there we are. She can't climb there.
These bodies are badly burned. What happened? These footprints. Were pirates chasing Barnabas? They go in this direction.
Alright, let's follow the path, see where Barnabas has gone. I'm guessing...
This leads to that farm down there.
Yeah, let's go.
Something's going on over there.
Where'd he go? Tell us.
Let us go! That's that problem dealt with. Let's free this prisoner.
Thank you so much!
You're welcome. Ah, damn it. Go on. Keep running at me one at a time. Okay, let's free this prisoner.
Thank you, Misthios.
Oh, I've missed a few chat messages. Oh yeah, sure, thanks Nicky. Send me a DM of that comic. Comics are not really my thing, I know I've said that before, but I did actually enjoy reading the Origins comic. It took me a few goes to kind of... I don't know how to explain it, but you've got to sort of change your mindset when you're reading a comic, I think. It's different to reading a novel, it's different to watching a film, and I've never really read them before. And so maybe I should look out for that, but I did enjoy the Origins comic. And I bought... There is one comic in the Horizon franchise, which tells the story of a side character called Talana, which was also really good to read. And actually, that comic's nice for how it bridges Talana's story between Horizon Zero Dawn and a quest that you do with her in Horizon Forbidden West. So, yeah, very interesting. All right, I shall have a look at that. Let's get rid of that marker. We need to go and free the other prisoner. Michael, I got the Dawn of Ragnarok prequel. I need the Last of Shaojun and 3 more Dynasty, then the French Valhalla. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha.
Who here can tell me what happened?
A man was here. He tore up our farm.
Not one man. 10, 20.
One at a time. What did he look like?
He was a one-eyed madman. Nothing he touched was safe.
He burned my crops.
No! He was over there, destroying my stall!
He was everywhere.
All right.
Cassandra, I believe it's true.
Varnavas found the artifact.
If the letter was right, this object has the power to corrupt its holder beyond recognition.
It is true. I've looked into the eyes of the monsters they make. The people inside won't come back. They can't come back.
And the artifact? How could we possibly take it away from the very beast it's created?
Well, obviously I'm not going to choose the option to kill Barnabas. He's a legend. So, and he's been with me for years. So
I don't know.
we'll find a way.
There has to be some way.
But if he's too far gone...
I can't think that far ahead. Not yet.
What can we do?
I have to find Varnavas before it's too late.
But the pirates are after him. Soldiers would kill him for the damage he's caused.
I have to try. I won't let it take him.
Follow his chaos. It seems like he headed towards Cassiope. Hurry!
Cassiope. Let's go. Alright, not far. I think this actually might be the last chapter in the story.
Move! Find who did this!
I don't remember we can look at the map,
After
but
Varnavas. This will be so much easier with my spear.
I don't think there's any side content, there's a few locations that you can explore, and there's a couple of the, I nearly said papyrus puzzles from Origins, the Ostraka. There's a few Ostraka here that you can solve, but I think once the story is done, you're done. Barnabas went to the Temple of Zeus. Okay, let's go there.
I can't believe this mess is because of Varnavas. In his right mind or not.
Michaels asks, did I play Dawn of Ragnarok? I found it to be really sad. I haven't played Dawn of Ragnarok. I don't own it. I haven't bought it. Declan has played it. I think he got given a code through the Mentors Guild. I think that's right. RIP Mentors Guild. But no, I haven't played it. At $40, I wasn't going to spend it. And Valhalla's gameplay, I know it's quite, to be fair, it's quite different in gameplay, so it's probably a wrong judgment, but Valhalla's gameplay I don't really enjoy, so the thought of another expansion of more of that just didn't appeal to me. I know it's available a lot cheaper now. I think they discounted it to $25 pretty quick after release. I guess I'll play it at some point, but if I'm completely honest, I have no interest in Norse myth, and I had my fill of it with the main game and then the mythical arcs, and I just I'm really not interested in playing more myth. So I know that's pretty harsh, but I have to be honest.
Great and powerful Zeus, I am not well. Call your son Apollo. Cure me of this madness. I will do anything.
Barnabas!
Cassandra! Oh, Cassandra, you have to help me. Something's very wrong.
I know, Barnabas, I know. You have to give me the artifact.
I'm scared.
I know you are. Just hand it over, all right?
But...
It's causing you to act this way. If you give me the artifact, everything will be okay.
But it protects me. It's the only thing that keeps me safe.
I don't know if there's multiple outcomes to this story, or whether you're just making the choices that reflect Cassandra's character. And I've played this through once, and I don't remember what I chose, so
I know you're still in there.
I'm going to go for option 1.
Can't you see what
and we'll
it's
see what
doing to
happens.
you?
With this, I don't have to be afraid anymore. I've been a weakling and a coward, and now I'm as powerful as a god.
The real you would never say that. Give it to me.
It is mine!
Oh, jeez. Here we go.
Stop! I don't want to hurt you.
We won't be stopped!
No matter. I know your weakness lies not in your brawn, but your heart.
Destroy all of Barnabas's illusions. Oh, that's interesting. Again, a restricted camera.
No, please! Do not kill me. I surrender. Please.
It's not the real you. I have to weaken it. I have to keep going.
You once saved me. Remember, Cassandra? That's where our journey began. Don't end it now.
Stop it! They're not real. They're not real.
Oh gods, let me not be killed. Let Cassandra spare me.
Forgive me, Barnabas.
All right.
I'm so weak. Please, don't hurt me.
I won't hurt you. Just give me the artifact.
Help me, please. Who am I? What's become of me?
You're Barnabas, my friend. If you keep it, you'll be someone else forever.
You are no friend. You are going to leave me as soon as you have it. I will not let fear take me.
Don't make me do this.
That is precisely what I will make you do! Unless you are the one who is afraid.
I'm gonna reach for the spear. Oof. He'll be alright. I hope. So was I, Snicky. Yeah.
Barnabas!
Let's be honest, enough characters die off in these games.
No question.
Jeez.
I'm sorry. Did I hurt you?
It's just a scratch. Nothing that won't heal in a week or two.
And your head?
Only a little scrambled. Don't blame yourself. That's one powerful little sphere.
What were you thinking going after the artifact? How could you be so stupid? Who cares about your arm when you could have died?
At least my intentions were good.
Yes, they were.
You have no idea what almost happened. I almost killed you.
Oh, don't worry. I'm as sturdy as a military ship.
Listen to me. I'm immortal. Get it? You are not. You make mistakes and you die. Gone. And you leave everyone else to deal with it.
Immortal?
Truly immortal?
Yes. Immortal. Surprise.
you had the god's touch!
Everyone I love, I have to leave behind. And I almost had to leave you. Forever.
Cassandra, it is the mortal way. We all go when the gods say so, and I eagerly await an afterlife of calm seas and bottomless crab cakes.
It's not funny.
Maybe not, but did we ever have fun today? That's what matters, eh? We don't know how long we have the present, but it's a gift as good as gold.
Gold. You did take me on a treasure hunt after all.
And all I got was a busted arm.
Let's get you patched up.
Keeper, see for yourself. You are a protector of men, an intermediary of our world and theirs. Your journey will take you to lands of kings, queens, and conquerors, over water and through fire, into revolution and rebellion. But your presence will mean peace, Keeper. Take up this task, for them and for yourself.
That's one treasure hunt over. But there's still another one out there. Maybe I should look for Herodotus and Barnabas' clues.
Well, you're absolutely right,
squeeze
Snicky.
A few more drops out of this vacation. Herodotus and Barnabas will be waiting for me.
That's why I like Barnabas. He's just always happy. He sees the good in life, the good in every situation. I'm not going to explore that. I'm going to head back to the vacation house and let's meet up with our boat dads. Alright. Well, we're about 3 hours into the stream now, and we are approaching the end of this story. So we're going to see it through to the finish, including certain post-credit scenes.
Well, you can't say I wasn't successful in getting Cassandra out of her funk.
Out of my funk, but into a lot more trouble.
Oops! Did I already apologize for that?
Coming to Corfu, I had no inkling that we would get caught up in a tale of legendary treasure.
They say life gets dull without surprises.
Now, that's a reason to cheers!
And to you, Icaros.
Yes. We all have
Yes,
but
Durgo,
one life
there
to
was.
lead. We have to do the most with it.
One life? Speak for yourself.
You're right, Barnabas. Heroes like Cassandra will live on in the stories and legends of their triumphs. They live forever.
Listen, I want you two to know I'll be leaving soon. To travel across waters I've never dreamed of crossing. And I don't know when I'll be back.
You're leaving? Again? Where?
Why?
I have a task ahead of me.
I'll go wherever I'm needed in the world. I can't run from my responsibilities. Someone, I mean, something, tells me my journey is not over yet.
No, this isn't it, Durgo.
We couldn't possibly keep you for ourselves.
There's more.
Though you'll be everywhere in my writings, that's for certain.
I'm honored. Maybe you could give me one of your manuscripts, Herodotus. I'm sure even those from far-off lands would love to read it.
Don't trouble yourself. These lands will do for now. But if you're serious, a storyteller is always prepared. Take it, but feel no need to share it. It's for you.
I have something for you too.
No. The spear.
You knew what it was the moment you met me. But I've outgrown it. It's yours now. Careful. It's still sharp.
I'll cherish it forever.
Well, though I'm not one to refuse a gift, the gift of friendship is enough for me.
You only want friendship? I guess I'll need to find another second-in-command for my trip.
Me? Traveling the world? With you?
If you'll have me as your captain.
I don't know how much longer these old bones can hoist a sail. But I'll go as far as I can. The Adrestia is yours.
What will be your first stop, Cassandra?
I don't know. What I do know is that I need a new weapon. Egypt has always fascinated me.
Ah, one of my favorite places. Let me tell you one of my best stories.
There we are. Roll credits. Just going to turn the game volume down a little bit for a moment. So yes, there is a post-credit scene, and it will come up soon. And one thing I'll just say from a podcast point of view, if I could interview anyone, I would love to interview the writers. We just saw their names scrolling past of this story because I think it was so well done. Yeah, Durgo, same. And I was sitting here thinking, this has been a great bit of content. It's been a great story. We didn't explore it today, but there's little references like some of the locations are callbacks to locations in the main game. There's a couple of Ostraka that you can solve, sorry. And they are references to events and characters in the main game. And I just feel like it was so well written that, yeah, if we could get some guests on, I would love to get the writers on for this this crossover and just basically, although I'm not sure I'd have anything useful to say other than it was fantastic. Can we have more? Is there more? But anyway, maybe we'll see if we can set it up in the future. One thing that is a shame, just to be serious for a moment, about the Mentors Guild closing. I don't know if everyone in the chat knows what that is, but it was it was a small community group of valued Assassin's Creed players and community contributors, and they would have direct access to the Assassin's Creed community management team and dev teams and things like that. And it was through Declan, who's not on the stream tonight, but he's my co-host, who you normally hear. He's a member, or was a member, of the Mentors Guild, and he used that connection to set up the interview with Darby McDevitt, which we did back in March. I'm guessing that will be more difficult in the future, which is a bit of a shame, but there are many people that would be great to have as guests in the future. But yeah, two that I would love to interview are the writers that wrote this story. Why did it close? That's a good question, Snicky. I mean, the honest answer is I don't know. I'm just going to tweak the volume here in my ear a little bit. It's a little bit loud. I don't know why it closed. I don't know if... See, the mentors sign an NDA, as you might expect. So I don't know if they've been told and they're not allowed to say, or whether they were just told, sorry, we're closing it. To be honest, what Michael has put in the chat are two of the contributing factors that I think, because apparently, I don't know, I don't follow other Ubisoft games, so I don't know if there's a For Honor community or a Far Cry community program or whatever. Maybe there is. Maybe there's a Just Dance one. I don't know. But I saw that one of the other community programs, and I can't remember which franchise it was for, was also being shut down. Maybe Rainbow Six? Not certain. Anyway. So I wonder if they've basically shut all of the community programs and they're just merging it. Basically everyone, not everyone, I don't think it's everyone, but some mentors are being moved or offered a position as a star player. So the star players program's been running for a long time as well. I think part one of what Michael says is probably part of it. You've got all these community programs. They're not, I doubt they're expensive to run, but they're not free. Right, okay, thanks Michael. Yeah. But the second part of Michael's comment there, I also think is a fair point. And, I can say this, I'm not part of the group. What was the purpose of it? No, I don't think it's anything bad, like bad members or arguments or whatever. Well, I don't know, Snicky, I don't know. But what Michael said there is, what is its purpose? Because if it's to raise awareness or generate marketing buzz, that's fine. But what's always funny is when the mentors get early access, like they had early access to Valhalla, they had early access to some of the DLCs, they were never allowed to share anything except their impression, and it was very strange. So what's the point in having this kind of community engagement program if they can't use their early access to generate interest? What's the point? The other thing that apparently the group was used for historically was to get early feedback on games. But I think it's fair to say the majority of mentors are not fans of the newer style of games. But Ubisoft ain't going to back away from it. So what's the point? What's the point in getting feedback from people who, not all of them, absolutely not, because I know some of them who are like me, they've joined this franchise in the last few years and they love the new games, and that's great. Just looking at the voice credits there, sorry, Peter Polycarpou was listed in the voice credits, so it must be him voicing Herodotus, but his voice certainly sounds different. But he's an older man now, so I think we can forgive him. Sorry, back to the Mentors Guild topic. Yeah, I don't know, it's a funny one. Durgo, there's rumours about Ubisoft looking to be bought. That's been around for a while, hasn't it? 6 months, 9 months. There've been occasional stories about maybe Ubisoft is a target. I mean, let's be honest, Microsoft is buying everything that's not nailed down that makes a video game. Sony have made some acquisitions. It definitely feels like gaming is moving into a, what would you call it, bipolar kind of world of either Xbox or PlayStation. Where does Ubisoft fit? Can they continue to be independent? Ubisoft's a huge company. They've got something like 15,000 employees, so it's not like they're a small indie developer. I was looking at some numbers the other day. When we got the possible hints about the AC1 remake or remaster, and I was wondering what's the kind of workforce needed to do that. And I went over and looked at Naughty Dog, who make Last of Us. And there's the big remake or remaster of Last of Us coming out. They've only got like 500 employees, so they're able to develop new games and do a remaster with such a small team. Ubisoft has tens of thousands of people, or I think it's about 15,000 employees across multiple studios. They're not lacking in resources. They could do all sorts of things, but that also makes them very expensive to purchase. So I don't know if are they too big to be acquired? I mean, Microsoft, they're not short of a dollar. If they wanted to buy them, they could. But I don't know. I don't know if those rumours have any substance to them or not, Durgo, but it's possible. It's possible. Snicky says, I don't think Far Cry had much going for it. We're a ragtag group. Michael, it was a community outreach program to have genuine. Yeah, well, but then this is the thing. Yeah, community outreach, but being really harsh. Although I know a number of the mentors, I don't know what they did. It helped for the podcast. Declan got early access to Dawn of Ragnarok, so we could do like a first response kind of first preview episode. Of course, he used it to set up the call with Darby, which is great. But yeah, I'm not sure what the group did for the community. The other way of looking at it is maybe it's not. Maybe it's just a way of Ubisoft saying, you know, we see your work, we love what you do, thank you. In which case, absolutely fine. Maybe that's what Star Players is about. You know, just recognizing those creators and contributors who do something for the games or for the community, and that's how they'll in future recognize those contributions. But I'm unclear on the purpose of the Mentors Guild, and therefore I'm not especially, you know, affected or bothered about it closing. It's very sad having seen some of the messages from different members who've been members for a long time, especially before COVID. There were various social meetups, and I believe some of the early members went out to Ubisoft in Canada to meet the devs and sort of get early looks and give early feedback on new games, but those days are long gone, unfortunately. Snicky says around Origins it was kind of Odyssey they tried to... Yeah. Michael says, I don't think Ubisoft will sell. I don't see it. It's a family firm, let's be honest. My God, what's the name? The Guillemot family own a fair chunk of the shares. All of the brothers are on the board of directors. It's an old boys club. It's a family firm. Someone's going to have to offer them top dollar. Although I suppose it's also publicly traded. If a purchaser offers the right market value, they would have to sell for their shareholders. The shareholders would insist on it to get the value from the shares. So I suppose they don't have complete control. Naughty Dog only has 2 game series. Yeah, you're very right there, Snicky. Actually, let me be it. Oh, they do Last of Us, and oh my God, is it Uncharted? Is that the other game series they make? I've only played Last of Us Part 1 just recently on the PlayStation. Is it Uncharted, the other one? I think it is. But yeah, they've only got 2 game series, and Last of Us has had 2 releases in 10 years, so they're not exactly knocking out an Assassin's Creed game every 18 months, which is a bit different scale for Ubi. I'm going to fast forward these credits, and I'm sorry to everyone that we're skipping over the names of, but I'd like to get to the end. Just on the point you made there, Durga, about the value, the Ubisoft share price has dropped a lot in the last year or so. I mean, tech stocks generally have dropped a lot. Some tech stocks have dropped by half because of general shareholder nervousness, the war in Ukraine, general economic contraction. It's not good. So a lot of shares have dropped, but Ubisoft have dropped by about half, I believe, in value. So not great. Although you can put too much, importance into share prices. Sometimes they drop through no fault of your own. So let's fast forward through these. Thank you, Snicky. Yeah, Uncharted is the other. Another franchise of games I've never played. Meanwhile, we're getting the fantastic soundtrack in the background. Right, okay. I guess you'll have to hold that stock for a while, Turgo, until the value comes back up. Yeah, I also have some tech stocks, and I should be holding those for a while. Snicky says, to be honest and harsh, they haven't put out a good game in the public eye since around Far Cry 5 and Odyssey, which is what, 20... Yeah, Odyssey, October 2018. Yeah. Yeah. Yes, Durgo. Yeah, hold on to those stocks. There are a lot of credits. I thought fast forwarding might be quicker. See, I'm tempted to press escape, but will that just take me back to the main menu, or will we miss the post-credit scene? I don't want to miss the post-credit scene. So I'm not going to press escape, because if I miss it, I'll be cross. I mean, I know you can all go and look it up on YouTube if you've not already seen it, but we've got to finish this story properly with the post-credit scene. So I just saw another name fly by that if we had the chance I'd love to interview, which is Maxime Durand, the historical consultant for the franchise. He was just there as a credit on the Discovery Tour, and I think the Discovery Tours are great, and I would love to chat to him and how they go about developing the Discovery Tour and mixing it with the games. How do they sort of strike a balance between keeping it fun but trying to represent history? One day maybe. Oh, Durgo, I can't believe you said that horrible word, but NFTs, man, you're absolutely right. So Durgo, Ubisoft are making a lot of bad decisions. NFT, yeah. I mean, NFTs have dropped by, what, 90% in value in the last month or so, which, I mean, I don't own any NFTs, and I'm glad I didn't spend any money on them, because that was obviously a scam. And Ubisoft, they wanted to be the first in there with, what do they call it? Ubisoft Quartz was their kind of NFT BS. Michael says, I talked to him recently about the books. Oh, awesome, Michael. Was that for an interview for the ones that came before? Or was that just something that you set up a call with him or something for some of your own research or your own writing? Actually, the only time I have kind of indirectly spoken to Maxime Durand was... do you all remember maybe a couple of months ago when Ubisoft released a trailer on their YouTube channel for this Notre Dame Fire experience / game / VR? I don't even know what it was, but I saw the trailer and watched it, and I thought, this is a bit weird. The comments were hilarious, with people laying into Ubisoft saying, what the hell, what catastrophe are you going to make a game out of next? And I went on Twitter and said, this all just feels a bit weird. And he replied to me and said, oh, no, it's meant to sort of be educational. And to be fair, the way he explained it was put it in the right context that made it seem not bad taste. But the way it was presented in their trailer video, it kind of seemed like they were just there to make... I think it's free, so not like they're making money, but it was like, let's make entertainment out of a national catastrophe. It felt a bit wrong, but to be fair, he kind of recontextualized it in a way that made it make total sense. Sorry, Michael, what does that say? Just for my library project. Okay, so Michael, what is that? Just for my DNA? What does that mean? Oh, DNA. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, genetic playthrough. Yeah, awesome. Yeah, the name was a poor choice. It definitely suggested something a bit different. There are a lot of people involved in making a video game, that's for sure. Do any of you remember when we play the main game? See, there's multiple different endings. What I mean is you have the ending to the family story. You have the ending of the sort of the mini questline with Pythagoras and Atlantis. You have the ending to the Cult of Cosmos. There are endings to the DLCs as well. So there's kind of multiple endings. Did the credits ever roll in the original game? I don't remember. It's been so long since I've done a proper full playthrough and got to the end that I don't remember. But this might be the only time we see credits. I'm nearly out of water. These credits need to hurry up. Oh, that was a typo. Yeah, no worries, Michael. I was thinking, right, DNA. Oh, your genetic playthrough. Gotcha. Thank you for the DM, Snicky, with the picture of the comic. That's cool. Assassin's Creed Reflections. So is that like what's the right word? Is that like a compendium of multiple individual comics and individual stories, or is it just a story about Connor's daughter? I know I could go and look it up in the wiki, but that's cheating. Oh right, you think the DLCs have credits? Yeah, understood. I don't remember. It's been too long. The credits for Horizon were awesome. You at the end of that game, you have a flying machine, and you fly over the map, and the credits sort of hover in the sky, and you sort of fly through the credits. It's awesome. Really nice way of doing the credits, but also just showing off the world they created. We might be nearly at the end now. Now we're getting to all the licenses and trademarks and everything. I hope Durgo's still here.
Everyone will read your words, Herodotos.
You can get the outfit in games, Nikki. Yes, I tell you what, I was watching the credits and I was sitting back thinking, this is awesome. I've had a great time with this crossover, fantastic content. And before this, unfortunately, I've got the in-game music turned down so it doesn't like deafen you that are watching the stream. So hopefully you were able to just hear it, but you hear the music before, just before it fades into the lighthouse. And as soon as I heard that music, I was like, what the heck? I had goosebumps when it faded into that view over Alexandria, Cassandra walking through the library. Goosebumps. It was awesome. Yeah, I'll tell you what, Snicky, what we'll do, depending on, I don't know if we go back to the main menu now, or do we go back to the game? Do we go back to Kefalonia? We go back to Sammy. Oh, and there's Telemenes still building his boat. Okay, what we'll do is, if we go into the inventory, when you complete the Corfu story, you get the getaway garb, which is cool, and you get the origins. So, there you are. Doesn't she look cool? She looks... I was going to tilt the screen then, but that would not help you guys watching from home. So we'll do it this way instead. She looks fantastic with the red sash. She's got her... I think it's an eagle carrying a snake. She's got the hidden blade bracer that we see in Valhalla, in the Valhalla half of the crossover story. So of course she hasn't... oh no, she does... She still has the spear, but that's of course the way that the story is structured. You might go back into the main game and play it. So she still has the spear, although of course in the crossover she's handed it over to Herodotus, but we can forgive that. But yeah, this outfit is it's pretty cool. I like a simple outfit myself, and this one is wicked. Can she use the blade? Now that is a damn good question. Let's see. Let's yes, so you are back to your kind of normal Greek map, normal Greek world, with, and now as you know, I play like, I generally have a passive ability playstyle anyway, but yeah, if I had active abilities here, I could use them. In fact, if we unequip the sword that specifically disables abilities, if I activate my... So yeah, now I can do my my old Animus Pulse again, so my abilities are back. So yeah, that is where you might say, well, the story doesn't quite work, but I think it's fine. I think we can forgive the fact that she hands the... Oh, just got to deal with this guy. Oh, he healed up. That's cheeky. All the civilians are coming for me, look. Hey, I didn't want to get into a brawl. I've just come back from vacation. What's going on here? Is that a frying pan? An oar. Oh my god, that's hilarious. Alright, let me just deal with this. Okay. Damn. Let's get out of here. Sorry, what have I missed? Just restarted Valhalla. It's going to take a while until I play. Yeah, I think you can access it. You need to be at settlement level 3 or 4. So you will need to have done a fair number of raids and built a fair number of buildings. You don't need to have finished the game, but if you're someone that kind of wants to play it, you know, in a story order, then yeah, it's going to be... It's going to be a while before you know, you'll be there. There I go. Yeah, I'll be honest with you, right? So I finished the game the first time, Michael. I went on to Twitter and read it, and it's like, this is amazing. I've had a great time. And I had seen, I didn't even look properly. I had seen the getaway garb, which also looks great, but I hadn't even noticed the other outfit, the Origins. But it does look great. So yeah, the getaway garb with the straw hat also looks good. I killed the doggo. I'm so sorry. Yeah, had to happen. I'm afraid. I think you play it in story order. It probably, the way that Valhalla is structured. If you've not played it, have you played it before? What did you say a moment ago? Just restarted Valhalla. So if you've played it before, you'll know that like the add-on content, the way the story is structured, you can kind of play it whenever. The crossover, probably you could play mid-game and it would feel right, if you know what I mean. Everyone that's played it with the new patch says it feels amazing. I play Origins on PC, so it's been a bit, it's kind of not any different for me, but yeah, everyone who's been playing on console has said it does feel like a whole new game, and it is a great game. It is a great game. She has a whole outfit from Valhalla in there now too. You can make a close, I don't know if you can make exactly her Valhalla outfit from all of these, that's the wrong screen, from all of these transmogs, but you can get close, that's for sure. You can get close. Oh, you've played it before. Understood, Durgo. Yep, yep. So you know how it is. All right. I've been streaming for it says 3 hours 45 minutes here, which is the longest stream ever, and it's late. I think it's time for bed. I hope you've enjoyed that little revisit of the Odyssey crossover. It's my favourite piece of content, new content that we've had in a long time, and it was great to go back and replay it, I must say. So yeah, thanks for watching and chatting. It's always great to chat with people in the chat and just be geeks about Assassin's Creed. And we'll do another one. I'd like to do another one in a few weeks, maybe one for Syndicate. I'll definitely do a stream for Unity, which is, as many people know, one of my favourites. And yeah, we'll be back soon. Thanks, Michael. You have a good one too. Thanks, Durgo and Snicky and everyone else who was in chat. It was nice to speak to you. And yeah, we'll leave it there. See you soon.